Okay, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Okay. Oh, you're number 3. Okay, go ahead and talk for me.
All right, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, bring
4.
that microphone closer to your mouth.
Okay.
Okay, now keep talking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, that should be good. Might have to turn mine down a little bit. Yeah, just try to keep that microphone close to your mouth as possible. And then, yeah, just be ready to speak up. Now, I know it's cold, but we got to get that microphone like out here. So if you could help me open up that window just a tad, not too much. Yep, and just enough so that we can do that. Let's see. Huh, it's not wanting to go down. That's weird.
Michael's been an important member of the football program during his career as both a wide receiver and a return man. Mike is currently completing his degree in public relations here at Capital.
Okay.
He lists his favorite memory as when he scored his first touchdown against Otterbein during his sophomore campaign, after he had just recovered from a torn ACL the season prior. Michael is joined on the field today by his mother, Susan.
Do you mind if we keep that window open?
Oh, it doesn't bother me.
Okay, cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, Michael Smith.
I think I'm good and I'm out of the breeze. So,
Okay.
Next, please welcome number 7, Cameron Lee.
is this catching up with my breathing at all?
No, you're good. Yeah,
I didn't know if it was the
yeah.
kind of thing.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute us. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. We are coming to you from a very windy, very chilly Vermont Field at Bernlohr Stadium as we get you set for another presentation of Capital Football here on athletics.capital.edu. I'm Charlie Danis, joined in the broadcast booth today by Sam Williams. And Sam, today the regular season finale between Capital and Muskingum. Capital looking to send their seniors out with a win today.
Yes, Charlie, I do believe that with this wrapping up and it being senior day, I believe this will probably be one of the best games Capital has played this year.
Capital certainly looking for a much better result today than what they got last week as they fell to Wilmington 24-21. And Sam, it was one of those games where Capital fell behind early and they were trying desperately to rally back into this game, but they just came up short. A decent game for quarterback Luke McCarroll, who goes 18 of 37 through the air, 316 yards. Did have the 2 interceptions, but also had the touchdown pass, and also a nice day on the ground for Drew Engel, who had 22 carries, 79 rushing yards, and a score. But still, bitter pill to swallow if you're Capital.
That's true. It's true.
So, Capital looking to end the 2021 campaign on a high note, and they're going to be taking on a Muskingum team, Sam, that has had a rough go of it here in 2021. Muskingum 4-5 overall, 3-5 with an OAC play. They don't do a good job of running the football. Donnie Wilkinson, their leading rusher, only has 391 yards on the ground this year. But their quarterback, Jordan Garrett, is a playmaker. 1,841 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. What is Capital defense? What do they have to do in order to have success today?
Capital's defense really just needs to lock down their line, and their linebackers just got to be on point today, Charlie. I believe that if their D-line can stop the run game and their linebackers can provide the ability to get to the quarterback early, then they can shut down this Muskie offense.
Jack Blaisdell and Kobe Swackhammer, a few of the seniors that were honored before today's game. They hope to play a big part along that Capital defensive line. In total, 11 seniors honored before today's game here on Senior Day. And the first full season of the Brian Foos era, Sam, and he's trying to build this program back. He's trying to establish a winning culture, and these seniors played a really big part in that. They bought into what Coach Foos brought to Capital when he first came to Bexley, and he's hoping that he can send these seniors out with a win today. How big would a win be for Capital today? You know, not only to end the season on a high note, but the momentum as they get set to recruit during the offseason.
I believe a win today would shape a foundation that they can build for next year. If you give those seniors one more chance to ring that bell out in front of the stadium, I believe that it could set up this organization for an amazing year next year.
Capital will look to have a lot of work in front of themselves when it comes to recruits, trying to get many players in. This is a Capital team that's really been strapped from a depth standpoint, but Coach Foos and his staff, I'm sure, will vigorously attack that during the offseason. But in the meantime, they got themselves a football game to play here today against Muskingum. Capital coming into this game with an overall record of 2-7 on the season, 1-7 with an OAC play. And again, Muskingum 4-5 overall and 3-5 within OAC play. They're looking to finish at 500 overall and at 4-5 within conference play. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the opening kickoff between Capital and Muskingum. This is your home for Capital Comets football. Athletics.capital.edu. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bernlohr Stadium. Both teams have taken the field. It is the 2021 regular season finale. It is senior day here in Bexley as Capital will look to end the 2021 season on a high note, entertaining the Fighting Muskies of Muskingum University. Alongside Sam Williams, I'm Charlie Danis. So glad that you could be along for the ride on this Saturday afternoon, which promises to be another busy college football Saturday, not only here, but across Division I, Division II, Division III, as we are really hitting the stretch for a bunch of Division I teams. Meanwhile, here in Division III, regular season finale for a lot of teams across the country before they start play in the national tournament. Capital coming out in their customary white uniforms, or purple uniforms, excuse me, with white numbers, white trousers with the purple stripe down the side of the trousers, the customary white helmet, and the capital C logo on each side of the helmet. Muskingum, meanwhile, white jerseys with red numbers and red lettering on the jerseys, white trousers, and the black helmet with the Muskingum M on each side of the helmet. It's very chilly. It's very cold. 39 degrees at kickoff today, although it feels colder than that due to some of the wind that will be blowing through central Ohio today. And boy, to think tomorrow morning there will be snow flurries across the state of Ohio. But we'll wait on that. In the meantime, we got ourselves a football game to be played here between Capital and Muskingum. Eric Noble will kick things away for Muskingum, which means that Noble will kick things away for Capital, as Muskingum will get set to receive the football. Jalen Goodman is back to receive, as well as Travis Roberson. Couple of seconds remaining on the scoreboard, and we are now ready to go. Everybody bundled up. Multiple layers being worn, a lot of knit caps. This is definitely football weather here in Central Ohio. Let's see what Capital can do here on Senior Day. Toe meets ball. We're underway here at Bernlohr Stadium. This ball will bounce around the 24-yard line, and it'll be picked up and returned to about the 32-yard line, as Jalen Goodman had a little bit of trouble to begin with, picked it up, and now multiple flags have been thrown in. And usually, Sam, when they throw flags right there, this might be coming back. This might be a holding penalty.
That's true.
Our head referee is Steve Grove. And Grove, so that'll be a 10-yard penalty against Muskingum as they will begin this offensive drive with a very long field to work with. The offensive stars for Muskingum look like this. The left tackle is TJ Boyd. The left guard is Wes Woody. The center is Iggy Horvath. The right guard is Josiah Leisure. The right tackle is Brian Maxwell. The wide receivers we'll see today, Zuri Edmondson, Jalen Goodman, and Travis Robertson. The tight end, Gage Wilder. Demarion Johnson, the fullback. Justin Bell, the running back, and Jordan Garrett at quarterback. Garrett's first pass is complete to about the 25-yard line as he's able to find his target, that being Travis Roberson, 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore out of Largo, Florida. So decent pickup on the play, and this will lead to a second and short situation for Muskingum. Second down and 4. The ball will be spotted at the Muskingum 26-yard line. Garrett will now hand off. It's a run, right tackle, across the 30, down to about the 35-yard line. And a first down picked up by Gannon Unger, who's listed as a tight end, but he will actually be starting at running back today. He's a 6 foot, 205-pound sophomore out of Warsaw, Ohio.
First and 10 on the Capital 35-yard line.
Muskingum quickly to the line. It'll now be first and 10 for the Muskies from their own 35-yard line. Garrett takes the snap, hands to Unger, and Unger is met in the backfield. Kobe Swackhammer combining on the tackle with Baylor Aparius. And that run play goes nowhere for Muskingum. That'll be a loss of 1 on the play. Leaves to second down and 11.
Second down and 11 on the Muskingum 34.
So now it's first down and 11. Or second down and 11, excuse me, for Muskingum. From their own 34, Garrett rolling to his left, throws, and the catch is complete at the 40-yard line. And they'll blow the play dead as the catch was made by Zuri Edmondson, 5'8", 155-pound junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Edmondson's been having a pretty good year for Muskingum so far, Sam.
Yes, he has. But if you can have Baylor Aparius kind of locked down on the outside right there, I don't think he'll have a good game today.
Meantime, 3rd and 5 for Muskingum offensively. The ball spotted at the Muskingum 40-yard line. Garrett takes the snap, looks downfield, throws, it is complete, and right at the first down marker at the 45-yard line. That should be enough for a Muskingum first down as Travis Roberson makes the catch for the Muskies. They will move the chains for dear old Muskie. How do you like how this drive has transpired for Muskingum so far?
Not ideal. Be the easy way to say it. It's a slow start. But I feel like once everyone kind of gets their rhythm in, kind of starts warming up from the coldness, I think there will be a switch that is flipped.
And it is batted down at the line of scrimmage as Garrett was attempting to pass that time, but the problem is Des Turkson put up the big paws and bats it down, leading to a second and long situation for Muskingum. The defensive stars for Capital look like this. The defensive ends are Jack Blaisdell and Des Turkson. Kobe Swackhammer is the nose guard. The linebackers, James Curtis, Nick Basonic, Mike Luafo, and Matt Luafo. The cornerbacks, Malik Davis and Zy Perry. The free safety are Baylor Aparius, and the strong safety is Chad Davis. So now it's 2nd and 10 for Muskingum from their own 46-yard line. Garrett goes back to pass, looking. Now he'll scramble to his left. He'll take off running to the 45, and he'll be pushed out of bounds around midfield. But a flag thrown back at the Muskingum 43-yard line, and typically when they throw it in that spot, it leads to a holding. So we'll check and see what the call is from our head referee, Steve Grove. It is indeed a holding penalty, and this will back Muskingum up 10 yards. Already the second holding penalty of the day on Muskingum. 1 on special teams and 1 on this offensive drive. So they will now spot the ball at the 33-yard line of Muskingum. 12:04 left to play in the first quarter. Still no score between Muskingum and Capital. It's a 3rd and 23 for Muskingum after the penalty. Actually, 2nd and 23, excuse me. And they're still trying to figure out where to put the football. And now it looks like everything is situated as they'll put the ball at about the 36-yard line. So now it's 2nd and 20. Garrett in the pistol. He's got 2 wideouts to his left and 2 to his right. A man now put in motion, that being Roberson. Garrett takes the snap, throws. The pass is complete to about the 40, now down to about the 44-yard line. Great second half strength that time by Gavin Hunger, or second effort, I should say, and that should be enough for a first down. Unger just kept those legs churning and moving, and that leads to a first down for the Muskies.
A host of Capital tacklers, including number 32, Baylor Aparius, 37, Malik Davis.
So now, 1st and 10 for Muskingum. Ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. Jordan Garrett, the senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, in the pistol. In a 4-wide receiver set. Garrett back to throw and is caught into Capital territory down to about the 46-yard line. And the ball is loose and Capital is able to fall upon the fumble. Travis Roberson lost it, and then it was picked up by Chad Davis, redshirt senior out of Wilmington, Ohio. So, Sam, just like that, we have our first turnover of the game. Let's see if Capital can take advantage.
That's true. Statistically wise, Charlie, if we can hold the ball for 30 minutes this game, we got a 33% chance to win.
And that turnover should hopefully will play a big role in that. Chad Davis has been making plays seemingly all season long from that strong safety spot. And now we get to see Capital's offense on the field for the first time today. They'll have it 1st and 10 at midfield. And it'll be a deep shot down the near sideline. Oh, almost complete. And almost intercepted as well. That was one of those 50-50 balls, as the intended target on the play was Noah Meeker, but it was knocked down at the last moment by Quintel Bryant Jr. Starting at quarterback for Capital today is Ben Everson, 6'2", 200-pound sophomore out of Zanesville, Ohio. It was Luke McCarroll who got the start in the loss last week to Wilmington. It's been back and forth between McCarroll and Everson at quarterback. Everson gets the call meantime and takes it himself. It's a quarterback keeper. He'll take it into Muskingum territory across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. And one of the things that you have to watch out for, Sam, is Everson can not only get it done with his arm but also his legs.
It's very key to have a versatile quarterback.
And Everson is just that. 3rd down and 3. Ball spot at the Muskingum 43-yard line. Everson puts a man in motion, and he'll hand, and Engel has the carry for Capital, and he'll take it across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. Leads to another 1st down, and Drew Engel's been really key in this run game as of late for Capital.
Yes, he has, because not only can he get it done on the ground just with rushes, but he's a good guy to just dish the pass off to, and he can make plays.
Good pass catcher out of the backfield as well. 1st and 10, Capital at Muskingum's 39-yard line. Everson back to throw, and he will toss it out to Engel. Engel makes a man miss, but then slips up and tackled at the 37-yard line. So he'll only go down as a gain of 3 on the play. The rest of the Capital stars on offense look like this. The left tackle, Brady Kuhn. Left guard, Jacob Hefner. Center is Travis Honecker. Right guard, Kevin Cuervo. And the right tackle is Garrett Anderson. Drew Engel's the running back. Cam Lee and Sam Pickett. Noah Meeker are your wide receivers. And your tight end, Christian Riley. 2nd and 8. That was only a gain of 2 on the last play. As Everson throws, and it's incomplete, as Sam Pickett was the intended target. And Pickett was kind of pushed aggressively to the ground that time by Muskingum's Caden Lester, but no call after the play was over. And now a 3rd and 8 situation here for Capital. Let's see what Everson will do in this spot right here. The ball is spotted at the Muskingum 37-yard line. A 3 wide receiver set. Engel in at tailback. Everson takes the snap. Back. Throws, and it is incomplete. Boy, that was way over everybody's head. And Cam Lee's a pretty big target in the Capital passing game at 6'3", but even that was high for them. And now a 4th and long situation. If you're Capital here, Sam, do you try to go for the long field goal? Do you go for it offensively? Do you entertain the thought of going for a punt?
I would say go for it. It's early in the game. You still have a lot of game left to play. Why not just take a risk early and see if it pays off?
And it looks like Capital will do just that on this 4th and 8 from the Muskingum 37-yard line. Everson back to throw. He is pressured. Breaks loose. 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, and bounced out of bounds around the 11-yard line. And there's the running factor that we talked about with Ben Everson. Saw that everybody was covered downfield. Makes a play with his legs. 1st down, Capital.
First down and 10 at the Muskingum 12.
So now it's 1st and 10 for Capital from Muskingum's 12-yard line after the big 4th down conversion via the legs of Everson. A 3 wide receiver set. Everson takes the snap. He'll run it himself, and he'll run off of left tackle. He'll take it inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. So this will go down as about a gain of 3 on the play for Everson. 8:16 and counting in the first quarter. Scoreless game so far between the Comets and the Muskies, but Capital knocking on the door here in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Capital at the Muskingum 9-yard line. Everson once again in the shotgun. Two receivers to his left, one to his right. And Engel, his tailback on his right hip. He'll put a man in motion. The give will be to Engel. And Engel will run forward and still keep running until he is taken down at about the 6-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 3 on the play. Now Capital, they can still pick up a first down and keep this drive going without getting into the end zone. The first down marker is located at the 3-yard line. So with that, Sam, do you stick with a run play? Do you entertain a pass play here?
I would stick with the run play. If their run has worked so well this far, I would stick with it.
It's 3rd and 4. Capital from the Muskingum 6-yard line. And it looks like Capital might be going with a pass play, maybe a QB draw, 5 wide. Man put in motion. Everson taking the snap. Scrambling. He'll take off, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Capital. Kind of like it took place on that 4th down run where he saw that everybody was covered. He calls his own number, and Everson is able to get Capital on the board with a rushing touchdown. 6-0 in favor of Capital with the extra point pending. I'd say a mighty fine drive so far by the Comets. How about that?
Great drive. That O-line is helping them out a lot right now.
So now, Noble on for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. We'll take a quick timeout. 7:01 remaining here in the first quarter. It's Capital 7, Muskingum 0. This is Capital Comets football on athletics.capital.edu.
On the kick for Capital, number 41, Eric Noble.
A 6-yard rushing touchdown by quarterback Ben Everson has given Capital an early 7-0 lead with 7:01 to play in the first quarter. As now the ball has been blown off the tee as the wind has really started to pick up here at Bernlohr Stadium. Eric Noble, the junior from London, Ohio, getting set to kick things away for Capital. Back to receive for Muskingum will be Travis Roberson and Jalen Goodman. The kick is away by Noble. Goodman will take it at the 22, 25, 30, 35, and he'll be knocked out of bounds around the 40-yard line. Decent field position upcoming here for Muskingum's offense. But, boy, going back to that last drive, Sam, the 4th down run by Everson was key, and he made some plays with his arms, definitely made some plays with his legs.
Yeah, I agree. Once he sees that hole open up, he's taking it. I think that will be kind of how the game's going to go so far.
1st and 10 now for Muskingum from their own 40-yard line. Garrett will set up in the pistol. A receiver to each side of the field. It's a play action. Garrett rolling to his left. Throws, and it is, will they say, complete? Incomplete. There's a conference on the far sideline, and they're going to say no. It is going to be an incomplete pass. The ball was caught by Zuri Edmondson, but he was not able to get a foot in bounds to complete the catch. So that will ultimately go down as an incomplete pass. Still a nice idea by Muskingum right there. And Edmondson, I should say, displaying those really good hands that has allowed him to make big plays for this Muskies offense in 2021. So after the incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 10. Muskingum still at their own 40. And the give once again to Unger. Unger rumbling up the field, cross midfield, inside the 45, down to about the 41-yard line. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
You take a tight end, you put him at the running back position, I think anyone would be hard to take down.
Rumble, young man, rumble. That's what Unger was able to do on that play right there. It's now going to be 1st and 10 for Muskingum from the Capital 41-yard line as we tick under 6.5 to play in the first quarter. A 7-0 lead for Capital thanks to a 6-yard rushing touchdown by Ben Everson. Garrett will set up in the pistol. He'll put a man in motion in a 3-wide receiver set. It's a straight pass. Garrett will throw. Caught by Unger, 45, 40, and he will be escorted out of bounds around the 37-yard line. So give him a gain of about 5 on that play. So not only can Unger run with the football, he can also catch the football and make plays in that capacity as well.
Yeah, I agree. He is an all-around player right now. Capital's defensive line has been playing pretty decent right now, but if they can catch that corner, I think they'll be solid.
2nd down and 6 for Muskingum. From Capital's 37-yard line, Garrett throws. It's tipped up in the air, and it falls incomplete. It was tipped up in the air by Nick Pasonic, linebacker formerly of Upper Arlington High School, and Chad Davis was in the vicinity. He was the closest guy that might have been able to make a play on it, but it will fall instantly to the turf. And now it sets up a crucial 3rd down and 6 for Muskingum from the Capital 37-yard line. The Muskies quickly break the huddle. 3 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Unger still in at tailback. Garrett, meanwhile, takes the snap, looking, throws, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Unger coming out of the backfield once again, but a little too much on that pass, as in the vicinity defensively for Capital was Matt Luofo. And now it's 4th down, and let's see what Muskingum plans to do right here. It looks like they will punt the football. They will play the game of field position.
It's a smart play because that can give you a chance to not only get a safety, or you can get a stop and get the ball back in good field position.
So now the punter will come out onto the field. That being Colin Skazafava. And Skazafava able to get this one away, and oh boy, man, that could have been real dangerous right there for Capital. Luckily, the catch is secured by Michael Smith, as he had to dive forward and able to grab the pigskin that time. This drive for Capital will begin at their own 16-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Comets, who lead Muskingum 7-0 with 5:35 left to play here in the first quarter. So
Charlie, let's see if their quarterback can use his feet again on this drive.
Everson was able to use it masterfully on that last drive. Trying to set up a screen, complete to Smith. Smith to the 15, to the 20, and he'll ultimately be taken down at about the 23-yard line. Michael Smith was very lucky that he wasn't tackled in the backfield. Boy, that could have blown up in Capital's face in a hurry.
Oh, it would have been a bad one. But he found that hole. It's magical out there.
2nd down and 4. The ball spotted at the Capital 22-yard line. Everson with a 3-receiver set, and now he'll take off. Everson diving across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, and that'll be enough for another Capital 1st down. What I also like about Everson, Sam, is that, when you're a running quarterback, you got to know when to go down, because, let's face it, those defenders are trying to take your head off, and that time he was able to do it on that last play.
Yeah, you don't want to risk an injury that could be a fault for you guys.
1st and 10, Capital at their own 27-yard line. Everson back to throw, scrambling, and he'll be taken down at the 27-yard line. He almost got away, but bringing him down was Connor Finicum, a 6'2", 225-pound senior out of Bolivar, Ohio. So now, a 2nd and 11 situation. That was only a loss of 1 for Everson. So now it's 2nd and 11. Capital at their own 26. 3-receiver set. Everson scrambling to his right, throws, and the pass complete over to Cam Lee. And boy, Muskingum's sideline is going crazy, as one of the assistant coaches said that he was bobbling the ball, and they're really wanting that to be an incomplete pass. And I don't know if that was head coach Eric Yider or one of his assistants, but boy, somebody really got animated down there on the Muskingum sideline. As it stands right now, though, 3rd and manageable for Capital. It's 3rd and 7 for the Comets from their own 31-yard line. It's a 5-wide set. Everson takes the snap, back to pass, throws. It is complete. Out to about the 34-yard line. The catch was made by Andrew Montoya. The problem is the blocking wasn't able to get set up in time for him to make a big play, and now Capital will have no choice but to punt the football away.
Yeah, it should leave Muskingum in a pretty decent field position, but with how their defense played last round, I think they'll be good.
Cam Lee on to punt the football away for Capital. Goodman back to receive the punt. And this is a good punt by Cam Lee as it hit off the heel of a Muskingum player. Luckily for Muskingum, they are able to recover the football. That hit off the heel of Quintel Bryant Jr., who was running down the field trying to set up a block for his returner. And boy, you want to talk about being lucky. That's Brian right there in that situation, as that easily could have been a recovery by Capital. But luckily for Muskingum, Bryant's able to fall upon it.
He made a quick turn as soon as it hit his heel, and he just fell on it.
Johnny on the spot right there, as it's now 1st and 10 for Muskingum from their own 23. Unger with another carry. Across the 25, across the 25-yard line, down to about the 29. That'll be a gain of 6 on the play for Gannon Unger, who originally was listed as the starting tight end for Muskingum, but they decided to move him to running back, and it has paid off so far in this game. Unger so far with 4 carries, about 30 rushing yards. That last play was a gain of 5, so now it's 2nd and 5 from the 28. And this is a big run play for Muskingum. It's not Unger, however, as another guy has taken over at running back for Muskingum, that being Justin Bell, 5'7", 175-pound junior from Northfield, Ohio. And that is going to be enough for a Muskingum first down. Out to the Muskingum 39-yard line. A receiver to each side of the field. Garrett will hand to Unger. Unger will rumble across the 40. A spin move, and he'll eventually be ushered out of bounds around the 43-yard line.
He is a hard body to take down.
Absolutely. He's got good moves, good athleticism, and clearly the game plan for Muskingum, Sam, has just been run, and then hopefully that sets up the play action game as well.
Their play action game has been working today, though.
2nd down and 6. Garrett with a play fake. And the pass is going to be complete to Roberson out to the Muskingum, 49-yard line. And that'll be enough for a Muskingum first down as they move the chains. We take under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Capital with a 7-0 lead over Muskingum.
1st and 10 on the Muskies 49.
Garrett, meantime, in the pistol. A receiver to each side of the field. And Unger still in at running back. The give is to Unger. No, Unger with a flea flicker. Garrett looking to go deep, and it is incomplete. Everybody deep was covered. He tried hitting Travis Roberson near the near sideline that time, but the pass falls short. And now stop the clock with 30.6 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Good job by Capital covering everybody deep.
Yep, it was good on their, both their corners and their safeties being able to stop everyone down in the backfield.
2nd down and 10 as Muskingum still stuck at their own 49-yard line. Garrett in the pistol. He'll take the snap. He will throw, and it is complete inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line. Catch made on the play by Zuri Edmondson, and a fresh set of downs for Muskingum. 17 seconds and counting. Muskingum might be able to get one more playoff here before the end of the first quarter. They break the huddle. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Garrett with a receiver to each side. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. It's a run for Unger, and he is punished at the 41-yard line. Making the tackle on the play is Mike Luofo, and that is how the first quarter will end. We head to the second quarter with Capital leading Muskingum by a score of 7-0. This is Capital Comets football on athletics.capital.edu. Welcome back to Bernlohr Stadium as we begin action in the second quarter. Capitals 7, Muskingum 0. Alongside Sam Williams, I'm Charlie Danis. So glad that we could have you along for the ride on this Saturday afternoon. As Garrett goes back to pass, he'll throw, and it is incomplete. The intended target being Trevante Kitt, a sophomore wide receiver out of Deerfield Beach, Florida. Well, Sam, your early impressions of this game so far?
The Comets have been stopping the ball on defense. They've been running the ball a ton on offense, and if they can keep it up, they will solidify a win today.
3rd and 11, Muskingum at Capitals 39-yard line. Garrett goes back to pass. He'll throw, and it is incomplete. Roberson, the intended target on the play, but he falls short of making the catch. And excellent coverage on the play by Zy Perry, the freshman out of Toccoa, Georgia. He, along with Malik Davis, they have formed quite the duo at cornerback this year for Capital, and they're only freshmen, so better days are ahead for that Capital secondary. In the meantime, a 4th and 11, and Muskingum opts to go for it here. The ball spotted at the Capital 39-yard line. A 3-wide receiver set. Unger in at running back. Garrett takes a snap. He will throw, and it is caught inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Making the catch, Zuri Edmondson, the 5'8", 155-pound junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, former Roger Bacon product. And now a flag has been thrown near side at about the 40, or actually the 38-yard line. Let's see what the call is.
On the defense, the goal plays first down.
Well, we do know that the penalty went against the Capital defense. In any case, it is a first down for Muskingum as they keep this impressive drive going. It's now 1st and 10 for the Muskies from the Capital 28-yard line. Garrett in a 3-wide receiver set. Unger is the running back. The give is to Unger. Inside the 30, and he'll take it to about the 27-yard line. So that'll be only a gain of 1 on the play for Unger. Unger in that first quarter of play, 5 carries, 36 yards. He's been averaging 7.2 yards per pop. Jordan Garrett, meanwhile, the quarterback, he's gone 8 of 13 through the air for 56 passing yards.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 on the Capital 27.
2nd and 9. Muskingum from the Capital 27. Garrett with a man in motion and a 2-wide receiver set. He'll now take the snap. He'll throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target was Kitt once again, but that was a one-hopper to Kitt. And that'll go down as an incomplete pass. So now a 3rd and long situation upcoming here for Muskingum.
Recently, they have shut down that run from Unger. The last 2-3 times he's ran, he's only been held to maybe a yard or 2.
And now that puts a little extra pressure on the quarterback, Garrett. 3rd and 9 now for Muskingum from the Capital 27-yard line. Garrett will take the snap. Back to throw along the far sideline, and it is caught, and it's a touchdown for Muskingum. Garrett fit that ball into a real tiny window that time. Hit Zuri Edmondson on the money, and then Edmondson takes it the rest of the way. I mean, that was real tight coverage.
That was amazing. In general, that ball placement with how close he was to the defender, he was threading the needle on that pass.
That was great coverage on the play by Zy Perry, but just an even better throw that time by Garrett. And now Muskingum an extra point away from tying this ball game. Snap back, hold down, kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good for Hunter Albers. We'll take a quick timeout. 13:50 to play in the second quarter. Capital 7, Muskingum likewise. This is Capital Comets football on athletics.capital.edu. A 27-yard touchdown reception by Zuri Edmondson has tied this game between Muskingum and Capital at 7 with 13:50 left to play in the second quarter.
Number 95, Colin Skazafava to kick off.
Colin Skazafava getting set to kick things away for Muskingum. Sam Pickett and Aurelius Walters back to receive.
Fair catch by number 7, Cameron Lee.
And Cam Lee, one of the up men, ends up fair catching it. And decent field position upcoming here for the Capital offense. So, Sam, you and I were talking during that brief break about that touchdown reception by Edmondson. I thought the ball was going to bounce off of his helmet the way that the ball was thrown to him. But, man, credit with him, a great catch and then a great run after the catch as well.
Oh, it was amazing. I really thought that it was going to hit the defender's helmet, actually, and not necessarily the receiving player. But, man, he threaded the needle on that pass and it resulted in a touchdown.
1st and 10 for Capital from their own 26. A ball batted up in the air. And Mike Smith with a drop, and that almost could have been an interception for Cortez Mcginnis. He's a 6'3", 190-pound senior defensive back out of the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio, former Northwest High School product. So now it leads to 2nd down and 10 for Capital from their own 26. Tied game 7-7 between Muskingum and Capital. And now a little pitch out to the 30 to about the 31-yard line. A little trickeration right there as Everson faked a run up the middle and a little triple option play, if you will, as Everson keeping that Muskingum defense honest with his legs.
31 Austin Wilford.
Yeah, Cap's offense right now has just been running up and down this field today. We just need to see if we can kind of wrap everything together and see if we can come out with this drive as a touchdown.
Drew Engel with that last carry, 3rd and 5. And now Everson taking the snap. He'll roll to his right, and that will result in a Capital 1st down. The catch made by Aurelius Walters. 1st down Capital as they'll mark him out of bounds at the 38-yard line.
Amazing pass, amazing catch, and it resulted in 1st down. What else could you ask for?
Yeah, the rollout definitely working out for Capital that time, as they just continue to incorporate Everson's legs into the play calling here. 1st and 10. Capital from their own 38-yard line. The give is to Engel, and Engel will spin his way forward. He'll only be able to get to about the 39-yard line that time, as Muskingum had that run play pretty well read. Tackle made on the play by Sean Andor, senior defensive lineman out of Hope Mills, North Carolina. Actually give him a gain of 2 on that last play, as they'll mark him down at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 8 upcoming here for this Capital offense, as it has really become cloudy here. They might want to think about turning on the lights here at Bernlohr Stadium. It's gotten that dark. Everson, meantime, with a 4-wide receiver set. He'll put Walters in motion. He'll now take the snap. Looking downfield, still looking. Throws! It's almost caught at the 35-yard line. He had Ben Zerby streaking up the seam into the middle of the field, but Zerby not able to make the catch, and now a 3rd and long situation.
Just off his fingertips, Charlie.
We've seen Ben Zerby make a big play or two for this Capital offense here in 2021, and he had an excellent chance to do just that. But now it's 3rd and 8 for Capital after the incomplete pass. Capital still stuck at their own 40. Everson back to throw, lets it go, and it is incomplete. He was hit on the play as he was trying to find Ben Zerby once again, this time on the near sideline. But the pressure by Muskingum's defensive front too great, and now Capital will have to punt the football away.
It's upsetting that drive ended in what it is, but we'll see what our defense can do. See if we can get back in this game, get back on offense.
Trevante Kitt, sophomore out of Florida, back to receive for Muskingum. He is standing at his own 25-yard line. Cam Lee will get it away. And everybody trying to stay away from this punt, as it will now take a Capital roll inside the 35, and it'll be down at the 33-yard line. So decent field position upcoming for the Muskingum offense. In the meantime, let's go ahead and quickly check scores around the OAC. Baldwin Wallace with a chance to finish second in the OAC standings, and they're looking pretty good. They're at halftime. They lead John Carroll 21-3. Meantime, they're just about to start the second quarter at Marietta. And the Poor Pioneers, unfortunately, have the task of taking on Mount Union today. The Purple Raiders leading that one 21-0 already. And Ohio Northern in a close one with Heidelberg. They lead the Student Princes 10-6. A little over 4 minutes to play in the first quarter of that one. Big play here offensively for Muskingum as they take it into Capital territory. Big run by Jalen Goodman. And now a Capital player is down at the 50-yard line. It looks like Zy Perry is the injured player for Cap as play has now been stopped, and both training staffs taking a look at Perry, the freshman out of Toccoa, Georgia. But in the meantime, another great play design offensively by Muskingum. You know, they've been doing a nice job today, Sam, of getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
They have, I mean, you have the running back who's just been running up and down Unger, and just their quarterback being able to thread the needle, get those dish passes off, use his legs when he needs to, has resulted in some good positive motion going forward for the Muskies.
Zy Perry, meantime, gets to his feet, and Zy Perry, Sam, has been amazing this year for Capital. You pair him with Malik Davis as well as that cornerback spots. I think Capital might be in for at least these next couple of years some really good cornerback play thanks to those two young men.
With him being a freshman, his future is so bright with this organization.
1st and 10. Muskingum from the Capital 41-yard line. Garrett will take the snap, back to pass, looks, throws. It is caught inside the 15. Is that Edmondson again? I think it is. He makes another spectacular catch on the far sideline, this time inside the 10-yard line. Very similar to the catch he had for a touchdown earlier in this game. And so now Muskingum in business. They'll have it 1st and goal from the Capital 8-yard line.
And that's twice now that he is pulling out those catches. Absolutely amazing.
Garrett, meantime, in the gun. Back to pass, throws. Unger making the catch at the 10 to the 5, and he'll be tackled and stacked up at about the 5-yard line, making the tackle on the play for Capital. Junior linebacker James Curtis out of Zanesville, Ohio. 10:40 and counting in the second quarter. Tie game 7-7 between Capital and Muskingum. But the Muskies are banging on the door here as it'll be 2nd and goal from the Capital 4-yard line. Garrett in the pistol. A 4-wide receiver set. Garrett takes the snap, running to his left, and he has nowhere to go. He's wrestled down at the 12-yard line. Des Turkson blowing up another play defensively, and a little miscommunication there by Muskingum.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with their offensive line there, but Des came in hot and was wanting blood right there.
Looked like Muskingum was trying to set up a option play right there, but unfortunately Garrett got turned around a certain way, and that led him right into the waiting hands of Des Turkson. So now it's 3rd and goal from the Capital 10-yard line. Garrett back to pass, scrambling to his left, he'll throw, and it is, did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Boy, Edmondson has been putting on a clinic. Zuri Edmondson with his 3rd catch of the game, his 2nd touchdown reception, and this time he does the toe tap routine on the back line of the end zone. What a catch. Touchdown Muskingum, and now they're an extra point away from going up by a touchdown.
He has been, as you said, putting on a clinic today. It's going to be hard to stop this kid.
So now, on for the extra point is Hunter Albers. The kick is up, and it is good. Boy, what a game it has been for Zuri Edmondson as he finds the end zone for the 2nd time today. 6 catches, 101 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. He's averaging just under 17 yards per catch. He already has a long of 33 on the day. And what's amazing to me, Sam, is that he's only 5'8", 155 pounds. He's not all that tall, but because of great positioning and great hand-eye coordination and hand-feet coordination, I guess you could say, with the toe tap that he did in the end zone a moment ago. Man, you can see why he's one of the top playmakers in the OAC.
Yeah, he's not a big guy, but you got to work with what you got. And he is working with his hands. He's got his feet moving. And just him having the ability to pull in a catch is spectacular.
9:32 left to play in the second quarter. Muskingum with a 14-7 lead over Capital. Let's see what Cap will do as a response. It'll be fair caught by Cam Lee at about the 22-yard line. Taking a look at the offensive stats for Capital here. Ben Everson, 5 of 11 through the air for 23 yards. He has been sacked once in this game today. Everson, 5 carries, 39 yards, averaging 7.8 yards per carry. Does have that rushing touchdown that came in the opening quarter. And then receiving the ball, Cam Lee with 1 catch for 5 and Drew Engel 1 catch for 2 yards. In the meantime, it's 1st and 10. Capital will begin this drive at their own 25-yard line. A receiver to each side of the field, and Drew Engel in at tailback. And now they're asking for the play clock to be reset, and now we're all squared away. Everson in the shotgun. Calling out the cadences, puts Walters in motion. And it's a jet sweep to Walters, 25, and he will run out of bounds around the 30-yard line. So a quick 5-yard pickup on the play by Aurelius Walters, junior wideout out of Dayton, Ohio, attended Miamisburg High School.
That was our first time seeing a jet sweep today, Charlie.
And Walters is, I think, the type of guy that you like to employ on a jet sweep like that. Really speedy, shifty fellow. Good to see him get a touch.
I'm surprised it wasn't a QB keep there.
That's true.
Do a fake, keep it, run it.
Yeah, with the way that Everson's been running the ball so far. 2nd down and 7. And this will be a carry off left tackle, 30 to about the 35-yard line. And carrying the football was Tyson Shutler. He is a freshman running back out of Bluffton, Ohio. Showing some nice moves there, and he picks up a 1st down
by number 6, Brian Brown.
for Capital. 1st and 10 for the Comets from their own 36. Everson with a 3 wide receiver set. Shutler, meantime, still in at running back.
You know, with him only being a freshman and him pulling out that big of a run right there, I mean, he's also a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, these next 4 years for him is going to be great.
Pairing him with Drew Engel, who's more of the speed option, that could really work out in Capital's favor, as Shutler was trying to run some up the middle, but that hole quickly closed. Ringing him down on the play was Connor Finicum. We've already called his name a couple times in this game today. That's a loss of 1, leading to 2nd down and 11.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 on the Comets 35.
I don't know what happened with the communication there, but that hole did close up pretty quickly.
Finicum doing a nice job of filling that hole, as it's now 2nd and 11. Capital at their own 35-yard line. 2 receivers to each side of the field. And it'll be a throw complete to Zerby. Zerby trying to run, but he is buried back at the 34-yard line. That'll lead to a loss of 1 on the play. And now there's another Capital player that is slow to get up. Jacob Hepner, freshman offensive lineman out of Piqua. He'll now go to the sideline, and now checking in for him along the offensive line is Jack Blaisdell, a guy that we have been often accustomed to seeing on the defensive line. They told us before the game that he would have been listed as a backup offensive lineman, so now he gets a crack at it in one of the guard spots. Or left tackle, excuse me. And now the catch made at the 45, diving to about the 47-yard line. And a nice play right there by Ben Zerby as he makes the catch. And the run after the catch nets Capital a 1st down.
Very good pass. Jack Blaisdell did a very good job on that quarter coming in. Not would have thought he'd be a good blocker. Man, he stopped it real quick. Let our quarterback get a chance to get that ball out.
How about the seniors stepping up here on senior day, not only trying to make big plays defensively, but chipping in offensively. That is cool. 1st and 10. Capital at their own 49-yard line. They give us to Engel. Engel across midfield, a little bit of a spin move. Still moving, still churning. Across the 45, and he'll eventually be marked down at about the 44-yard line. Nice, tough running that time by Drew Engel, redshirt freshman out of Lorain, Ohio.
Got a little spin in there, got out of it, got an extra 2-3 yards.
Just kept those legs churning and moving. Leads to a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. They give it right back to Engel. And Engel will be down at about the 41-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Capital first down. Needed 5, picked up 5. 14-7 in favor of Muskingum. About 5:40 to play here in the second quarter.
10 comments on the Muskingum 41.
Ben Everson, the sophomore out of Zanesville, Ohio. He's lined up in the shotgun in a 3-wide receiver set. Engel still in it, tailback. Everson will take the snap. Back to pass, looking, still looking. Goes deep into the end zone, and it is picked off. The interception made by Quintel Bryant Jr., but hold on, a flag was thrown at the Muskingum 5-yard line. I wonder if they're going to get Bryant for pass interference here, as Zerby was the intended target. Actually, that was Brian Brown on the coverage for Muskingum. It is pass interference on the defense, and this will keep this Capital drive going. I thought that there was a lot of contact at the 5-yard line, which led me to believe that there was going to be pass interference right there.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they kind of threw the flag out there and called it.
1st and 10 after the penalty. Capital now at Muskingum's 26-yard line.
Very good position.
And look at this. Luke McCarroll is now in at quarterback for Capital, as he will roll to his left. He will throw, and it is incomplete. And Aurelius Walters, he was open for a moment. A better thrown ball that time might have led to a touchdown for the Crusaders, but instead it will go down as an incomplete pass. So now Everson back in at quarterback. 2nd and 10. Capital of the Muskingum 26-yard line. 14-7 in favor of the Muskies, with 5:11 left to play in the second quarter. Everson once again on the shotgun. 2 wideouts to his left, 1 to his right. He'll fake the sweep. Now he'll run up the middle, and Everson takes a little bit of a pop right there before finally being taken down at the 22. It'll be a gain of 4 on the play for Ben Everson as we tick under 5 minutes to play here in the first half.
Maybe cold out, but Everson's legs are feeling as hot as ever.
That is very, very true. You know, it is cold today, Sam, but I think once you're out there on the field moving around, I think you get to warm up pretty quickly, I would say.
Yeah, that motion, you're not feeling that cold unless you're, in between breaks.
Standing on the sideline.
Yeah.
3rd and 6. Capital of the Muskingum 22, and the pass is incomplete as they were trying to set up a screenplay to Ben Zerby. But an inaccurate pass leads to an incomplete pass. 4th and 6. Capital of the Muskingum 22-yard line. And it looks like Capital is going to go for it here.
It's a good call. They got it on their last one. Let's see if they can do it again.
Everson was able to pick up that first down on that last 4th down conversion via his legs. Will he do something similar? A 4-receiver set on this 4th and 6. Everson will run 20, 15, 10, 5, and he'll be taken down inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. Legs don't fail me now. Everson with that run game, and now Capital set up beautifully here. 1st and goal at the Muskingum 3-yard line, and Capital going for it really quickly here as Everson will give off to Engel, but then a flag is thrown. A timeout will be taken by Muskingum. So we'll keep things right here at Bernlohr Stadium. First and goal for Capital. 4:09 left to play here in the first half. Capital trailing Muskingum 14-7. Again, the legs of Ben Everson. They have been so key in this game so far.
That's 2 fourth-down conversions they've got just from his legs. He had that 11, 12-yard run earlier, and he just had this big run now.
Everson with 62 rushing yards on only 7 attempts, averaging nearly 9 yards a carry. Does have the rushing touchdown from way back in the first quarter. So now Muskingum's defense making their way back onto the field as they took a timeout. There was a little confusion on the back end there, so they wanted to address it before what might end up being a big play here. First and goal from the Muskingum 3-yard line. And Capital will spread things out a little bit. They have Zerby and Mike Smith lined up wide on the near side. Engel still in at tailback. Everson, meantime, in the shotgun. Everson barking out the cadences. He'll take the snap, and he will be tackled at the 10-yard line. Everson was rolling to his right, and bringing him down on the play defensively was Muskingum's Azarius Williams, the freshman linebacker from Auburndale, Florida, timing that blitz beautifully. And now it's going to be third and goal for Capital from Muskingum's 10-yard line.
Loss of 7, second and goal.
Or second down, I should say. Second and goal from the Muskingum 10-yard line. Let's see if Everson can get some of this yardage back. 4 wide. Everson back to pass. He will throw, and it is incomplete. Tried throwing a slant pattern to Sam Pickett that time, but Pickett not able to secure the pass. And now it'll be third and goal from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he just got bunched up there.
Little too much coverage that time by Muskingum's linebacking core. And so now, Sam, what do you do here? It's third and goal from the 10-yard line. You at least want to give yourself a chance on fourth and goal.
So if you're going off pass, I'd say run it. Pass game has been pretty decent, but, man, our running game has been amazing this game.
Especially when Everson is able to take off with the football.
He can find those holes.
Everson will throw. Complete that. Engel cuts back inside the 5 all the way down to the 2-yard line. If you are Capital, you have got to go for it here on fourth and goal.
Tackler 31, Austin Wilforth.
I would think. The ball will be spotted at the 2-yard line, where it'll be fourth and goal for Capital. Do you stick with the run, or do you try play action pass here?
I would look for the play action pass, but if the run is open, Everson can easily take the hole.
Everson will set up in the shotgun, a receiver to each side of the field. Engel still in at tailback, and now another timeout is going to be taken by Muskingum. 2:46 left to play in the first half. Muskingum 14, Capital 7, but the Comets on the Muskies' 2-yard line. We've seen the run game work very well, particularly when it comes to Everson. I don't know. You got a whole host of options here if you're head coach Brian Foos.
Yeah, I say stick with the run because it's worked for you so far this game. But it's really just about seeing what the opening is. If there's a pass ability, take it. If there's a hole, I would say run.
Once again, the ball spotted at the 2-yard line. It'll be fourth and goal for Capital. Both teams back onto the field. Cam Lee split out wide to the right. Mike Smith split out wide to the left. Engel in a tailback. Everson in the shotgun. Everson takes the snap. He will run it towards the goal line. The ball is loose, and Muskingum will hold defensively. It looked like Everson was just about to find pay dirt, but the ball popped out at the last moment. Capital recovered it, but at the 1-yard line. And how about that defensive stand for Muskingum? Meantime, a frustrating end to that drive for Capital.
Yeah, that ability to punch out that ball kind of did not work in their favor.
Everson so close to getting in, but after the fumble recovery by Capital, The ball will be spotted at the 2-yard line for Muskingum, where they will have it 1st and 10. Garrett from his own end zone will take the snap. He'll roll to his right. He'll throw, and Edmondson making the catch. Were his feet in bounds? They will say yes. The catch made at about the 14-yard line, and that'll be another pickup of a 1st down as Edmondson continues to flash those great hands of his.
37 Malik Davis on the
Back
coverage
on
of
it,
the
he's a
Comets.
5'8"
1st and 10 on the
junior,
Muskingum,
and he's still
14-yard
got
line.
hops. He can get up for that ball.
1st and 10 from the Muskingum 14-yard line. Garrett back to throw, looking, scrambling around. He'll run with it, 15, and he will duck out of bounds around the 20-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6 on the play for Garrett. Muskingum, in the meantime, they got 1 timeout remaining as the clock ticks under 2 minutes to play. They have an opportunity to add some points to the scoreboard before we get to halftime. Muskingum leading Capital 14-7. The Muskies, meanwhile, have it 2nd down and 3 at their own 21-yard line. A 4-wide out set. Garrett taking the snap, back to throw, scrambling, across the 20, running with it, across the 25, down to about the 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st down for the Muskies. The clock will stop momentarily, and now it will start running now that they have the change set.
Made by number 19, Matt Luopo on the quarterback keeper.
Garrett quickly taking the snap, throwing Unger, 30, 35, and he'll be pushed out of bounds around the 35-yard line. The tempo for Muskingum
20, Mike Luopo.
has been good so far on this drive, Sam. They've been able to hit a couple guys across the middle, and Unger doing a nice job of getting out of bounds on that play.
Yep, Unger is going back to his roots as a tight end on that one.
2nd down and 2 after the pickup of 8 by Unger. Muskingum now at their own 35. 1:22 left to play here in the 1st half. Muskingum looking to add to its 14-7 lead. Garrett back to throw, passing, and it is incomplete. And the intended target on the play was Travante Kitt. Stops the clock with 1:18 to play in the 1st half. It's now 3rd and 2 for Muskingum from their own 35.
3rd down and 2.
The defense really needs to stop here, Charlie.
Looking to do it right here on this play. Garrett with a 4-wide out set. Unger in a tailback. Garrett, meanwhile, takes the snap. Back to pass. Throwing deep. Caught into Capital territory inside the 40-yard line. The catch is made by Jalen Goodman. And a big play there for Muskingum's offense. 1st down. They will quickly get to the line of scrimmage to try to spike this ball as the clock will run, 1:08 and counting. Garrett, meantime, no, he'll actually take the snap. He'll try to throw it. And Turkson almost brought him down, but Garrett was able to get out of that tackle and instead will throw it out of bounds. 59.3 seconds to go, and oh boy, you really got a feel for Dez right there because it looked like he had Garrett in his grasp.
Oh, he had him at his fingertips. He was just able to spin out of it a little bit.
So now it's 2nd down and 10. Muskingum now at Capital's 35-yard line. They still have that 1 timeout remaining. As Garrett looks to the Muskingum sideline for some guidance, gets the play in, and now Muskingum breaks their huddle. Once again, they go with a 4-wide set. Unger still in at tailback. Garrett, meanwhile, takes the snap. Back to throw. Flare out to Unger. Inside the 35, and he will run out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. So that'll only be about a gain of 4 on the play for Unger, but it does stop the clock. 54.1 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
3rd down and 6.
They have been hitting Unger with those little bubble passes all day.
Not only can he run the football, but he can also catch the football. I think it's no wonder that they went with Unger at running back today. He's really fit that role well. 3rd and 6. Garrett back to throw. Looking, scrambling to his left. Rush bearing down, and it's incomplete.
Quarterback pressure applied by
Travis Roberson, the intended target for Muskingum. But the pressure was just too much. 46.7 seconds to go in the 1st half. It's 4th down and 6 for Muskingum from Capital's 31-yard line. Looks like the Muskies will be going for it here.
Charlie, if you were in their place, what would you be doing right now?
If I'm Muskingum, I try to target Zuri Edmondson. He has been making big plays for them all over the field today. Garrett back to throw. And look who they call on. Edmondson making the catch at the 20-yard line. He got open on a nice curl route that time and keeps this drive going for Muskingum.
37 Malik Davis, the coverage.
Perfect call, Charlie.
Garrett, meantime, back to throw. Edmondson making another catch, and he'll go out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Zuri Edmondson.
Nearly had his third touchdown reception of the game, but because of the way that his body was angled making the catch, no choice but to go out at about the 2-yard line. So now it's 1st and goal from the Capital 2-yard line, as now a timeout's going to be taken by Capital. And this has been a really masterful drive for Muskingum from the standpoint that they were able to make plays down the field, and they have really managed this clock well despite only having the 1 timeout remaining.
That's true. They had that long pass in the beginning, and then they had Zuri Edmondson twice right there. But, man, they got a lot of great playmakers in their receiving corps.
Edmondson, by the way, 8 catches, 124 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. He has simply been marvelous here in this first half. So now it's 1st and goal for Muskingum from Capital's 2-yard line, as it has really grown cloudy here today. There was no call for rain in the forecast for the evening, so hopefully we'll be able to stay away from the wet stuff, but it's cold. That is for sure. Temperature is only expected to be in the low 40s tonight, and snow across the great state of Ohio. That's in the forecast for sometime tomorrow morning. In the meantime, 1st and goal for Muskingum from the Capital 2-yard line, as they're trying to cap off another productive drive with a touchdown. Garrett taking the snap, rolling to his left, throwing incomplete. And that might actually be the first time that we have seen Edmondson not make a big play in the passing game. Right off his fingertips, that would have been another spectacular catch if he had been able to reel it in.
It would. That'd be 3 touchdowns for him today. Would be an absolutely amazing stat line for him.
In the first half alone.
First half, yeah.
Quickly to the line. Garrett under center. Play action. Throws complete. Touchdown. Muskingum.
Touchdown pass, Muskingum. Number 9, Zuri Edmondson.
The catch made looked like by Edmondson. Or was that Goodman? No, it looks like it was Goodman who made the catch.
Correction, number 5, Jalen Goodman.
Jalen Goodman, the junior from Columbus. Played his high school ball at Marion Franklin, former Red Devil. With the touchdown grab. And now the extra point. Snap is way too high. Throw. It is intercepted. Intercepted at the 5-yard line, as they were trying to make something out of nothing that time. So the extra point ends up being no good. So now it'll be a 20-7 lead for Muskingum with 24.2 seconds to go. But, man, you really got to give the Muskies credit that time, Sam. That drive, from a timing standpoint, from needing a big play in crucial spots, perfect.
Yeah. Marching down the field, only 1 timeout left, that much time left on the clock.
And they never had to use that timeout as well.
Crazy. They had the ability to get out of bounds when they needed to.
24.2 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So now Capital down 20-7. And 2 timeouts remaining for the Comets, but I just don't think they have enough time here. They'll probably kneel the ball once they get the ball on offense. Colin Scosafava. He's set to kick things away from Muskingum. Kick is away. Taken by Pickett at the 8, up to the 15, and Out of bounds around the 20-yard line. 19.8 seconds to go in a first half where it has been Missouri Edmondson show offensively for Muskingum. 9 catches, 142 yards. A couple of receiving touchdowns as well. Meantime, Capital not being able to convert on a fourth down play near the goal line, as what looked like was going to be another rushing touchdown by Ben Everson turned into a fumble near the goal line. Was recovered by Capital, but Muskingum able to hold defensively. It'll be a run play off left tackle. Drew Engel gets around the corner a little bit, and he will take it out of bounds around the 26. This will stop the clock with 14.3 seconds to go in the first half. And I wonder if Capital entertains the idea of just simply bombing it down the field, seeing if something can happen in the passing game. You do have those 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the second time this game we've seen Luke McCarroll in at quarterback.
McCarroll, he'll take the snap, and he'll hand to Engel. He'll take it across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. And that will be all she wrote here in the first half. Muskingum and Capital will go to their respective locker rooms. The score at halftime, Muskingum 20, Capital 7. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll examine the first half stats and also get you caught up with scores around the Ohio Athletic Conference as well as Division I football. In the meantime, it's halftime. Muskingum leading Capital 20-7. This is a presentation of Capital Commons Football. Athletics.capital.edu. Welcome back to Bernlohr Stadium. Halftime here in Bexley. Muskingum leading Capital by a score of 20-7. Before we take a look at the stats of this game, we'll take a look at some scorers around the Ohio Athletic Conference. Let us begin with Baldwin Wallace, who has an opportunity to finish 9-1 on the season and possibly qualify for the Division III tournament. Right now, they are up 21-10 on John Carroll with 5:22 left to play in the third quarter of that game. The Yellow Jackets offense has been looking pretty good so far. Keegan Armitage, their quarterback, has gone 8-12 through the air for 148 yards and a couple of passing touchdowns. Elsewhere around the OAC, Mount Union keeps on rolling. They're just about to hit halftime over in Marietta, and the Pioneers trail the mighty Purple Raiders by a score of 28-0 in that one. A little over 4 minutes to play in the second quarter at Ohio Northern. The Polar Bears, the only team that Capital has been able to defeat in OAC play, they lead Heidelberg in that one by a score of 19-6. And then coming up later on tonight, Otterbein will be playing under the lights with Wilmington as the Quakers pay a visit to the Cardinals up in Westerville, Ohio. And now on to scores in Division I football. A couple of games being played here early on today. We begin with a highly anticipated top 15 matchup in the Big 12. 13th ranked Baylor leading 8th ranked Oklahoma 17-7. They got about 7 minutes to play there in the fourth quarter. That'd be a big-time win for Dave Aranda and his Baylor Bears right there as they're trying to knock off a previously undefeated Oklahoma team.
Yeah, with Oklahoma being, I believe they are, what's their rank again?
Number 8.
8. Okay, see, I thought they were at 7. I was curious. Yeah, that's strange of how big of an upset that would be for Baylor.
Baylor has been having a pretty good season. They've kind of flown under the radar a little bit, but if Baylor is able to beat Oklahoma, they might put them in the driver's seat for the Big 12 title. Meantime, 17th ranked Auburn leading Mississippi State 28-23 as they have just begun playing the fourth quarter of that one. 18th ranked Wisconsin, who's quietly snuck themselves back into the race for the Big Ten West divisional title. They're looking good against Northwestern. They're leading the Wildcats 35-7 with a little over 8 minutes to play in the fourth quarter of that one. A little early West Coast action. 24th ranked Utah tied with Arizona 14-all. 14:48 left to play in the second quarter of that one. 6th ranked Michigan holding on with a 14-6 lead over unranked Penn State. About 9:50 to play in the fourth quarter of that one. And today, I don't know if you know this, Sam, but it's Cupcake Week in SEC football. Right now, second-ranked Alabama leading New Mexico State 56-3. And, you know, this might be my old man get off my lawn moment, but it has always really frustrated me that SEC teams like Alabama every single year late in the season, they schedule these non-conference games with these teams that you know they're going to hammer by 40 or 50 points.
Yeah, normally you see kind of lesser-ranked teams will do that earlier in the season, kind of as like a motivation booster, to get their team in rhythm and have them get the ability to, when they play a good team, that they are right in there with them.
Yeah, but the fact that they're playing games like this late in the season, that I don't know, that's never really sat well with me, but apparently that is how they do business down south. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at the stats from our game as Muskingum leads Capital 20-7 at the half. And Sam, if you're okay with it, go ahead and read off the team statistics from this game.
Alrighty, so with Muskingum, they have had 15 first downs. Capital, on the other hand, has had 10. Rushing yards for Muskingum has been 80. Capital has been 102. For Capital, a lot of it has come from Everson's feet on the ground.
And more on that in just a moment.
Find a hole. Passing yards. Muskingum is coming in with a whopping 226. Capital at 45. And their time of possession, actually Capital is leading this game with 16-14, with Muskingum only having a little under 14 minutes with possession time. They're both sitting about equal with punts. They got a 1 and 2. Muskingum also has 3 penalties. Capital is yet to acquire a penalty today. And red zone chances, Muskingum is 2 for 2, and Capital is 1 for 2.
And also third down conversions and fourth down conversions, they've been pretty big in this game. Muskingum 4 of 8 from third down, Capital 4 of 9. Both teams have gone 2 of 3 on fourth down as well. Now on to the individual statistics. Let's begin with Muskingum. Gannon Unger, the so-called tight end, has been doing a good job running the football today for Muskingum. He's got 6 carries for 37 yards, a long of 19, and an average of 6.2 yards per carry. Jalen Goodman, he's had 1 carry that went for 26 yards. Justin Bell had a carry that went for 11. And Jordan Garrett has had 3 carries that have gone for a net gain of 7 yards. Meantime, what a game it has been for Muskingum wide receiver Zuri Edmondson. He's been targeted 12 times today. He has made 9 catches, 142 yards receiving, and 2 receiving touchdowns with a long of 33 today. And boy, Sam, he put on a clinic in that first half, making tough catches over the shoulder, toe tapping in the back of the end zone. Just everything that he was doing was so technically sound.
Yes, it was. From his first touchdown reception, quarterback thread the needle, he getting that ball, which we both thought was going to hit off the guy's helmet, to, as you said, the toe touch, which was absolutely amazing to watch. He is able to get his body in places that Muskingum has needed.
And only 5'8" as well. He has certainly come to play today. Gavin Unger, meanwhile, 5 catches for 44 yards, or 30 yards, excuse me. Travis Roberson, meantime, he's had 4 catches for 22, and Jalen Goodman, he's got a couple of catches for 32 and a score. Capital individual statistics offensively. Ben Everson, he has carried the ball 9 times, and he has rushed for 55 yards and a score. Drew Engel, meantime, has 8 carries for 32 yards. And Tyson Shutler had a couple of carries that went for 6 yards. Everson through the air, 8 of 16 for 45 yards. He has been sacked twice, and he had his longest completion of the day, I should say, has been for 15. And then receiving the ball for Capital, a couple catches for Ben Zerby for 14 yards, a couple catches for Drew Engel that went for 10, 1 catch that went for 7 yards for Aurelius Walters, and 1 catch that went for 5 yards for Cam Lee. The scoring summary for this game looks like this. Capital jumped out to an early 7-0 lead thanks to a 6-yard rushing touchdown by quarterback Ben Everson. But ever since then, it has been Muskingum. The Muskies tied the game 7 apiece with 13:50 left to play in the second quarter thanks to a 27-yard touchdown reception by Zuri Edmondson. And then moments later, Zuri Edmondson revisiting the end zone once again, this time from 10 yards out. That gave Muskingum a 14-7 lead with about 9.5 to play in the second quarter. And then just before halftime, Jalen Goodman getting open on a 2-yard touchdown reception. That put Muskingum up 20-7. The extra point, no good. So that's where we stand right now. And as we finish with that halftime recap, both teams back onto the field, fully warmed up and ready to go as it continues to get more and more cloudy here in Bexley, Ohio. If they have not put their hoods up yet to keep their ears warm, they have. If they have not ran to the car real quick to grab maybe an extra coat or an extra hat, they have probably done that. Thankfully, we are in the warm, cozy confines of the press box here at Bernlohr Stadium. Thank goodness for that.
I'm surprised the lights have not turned on yet, Charlie.
I'm surprised by that as well. At some point, you'd like to improve the visibility of this game. But in the meantime, the kick is away, and Pickett will take it for Capital at about the 10-yard line, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. And Pickett will be spilled at about the 27-yard line. So a decent return on the play by Pickett. And now let's see what Capital's offense can do right here. They had some good moments, Sam, particularly when Everson was running the football, but they really got to get those wide receivers going in the passing game.
That's true. We got to be able to get our receivers open and have the ability to bring in a catch, not in a dire situation where we can only rely on them for certain plays.
1st and 10, Capital will begin this drive at their own 28-yard line, and a quarterback change made for Capital as Luke McCarroll has come in. McCarroll will fake the handoff to Engel. Now he'll run around a little bit, spin move, and he'll be lucky to get back to line of scrimmage. In fact, they'll be generous and give him about a 1 yard on the play, as McCarroll was basically running around in circles that time. It'll lead to 2nd down and 9.
Tacklers for Muskingum.
Yeah, you tried to spin out of that and just could not end up going anywhere.
That Muskingum defensive line, I think after the Everson touchdown, they've really turned it up a notch. They've done a nice job of staying in front of the ball carriers for the most part. So now it's 2nd down and 9. Capital at their own 29-yard line. McCarroll takes the snap, looks downfield, and it is incomplete off the hands of Cam Lee, who was trying to make a sliding catch. And on the coverage for Muskingum was Quintel Bryant Jr.
Back on what you were saying about their defensive line, Daniel Robinson has been getting in through those gaps and has been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks today.
He, along with Connor Finicum, the guy that we called his name quite a few times in that first half. So now it's 3rd and 9 for Capital from their own 29. McCarroll will go back to throw. Running, and he'll take off, and he'll be tackled at about the 32-yard line. Everybody was covered downfield, and eventually taking him down on the play was Austin Wilforth. He is a freshman linebacker out of Warren, Ohio, and just like that, Capital goes 3 and out on their first offensive drive of the second half.
That is Wilforth's 7th tackle today. That puts him at the top for the Muskies.
He has been all over the field for Muskingum today. Not the start you wanted offensively here in the second half if you're Capital. So now Cam Lee will punt it away. This will hit at about the Muskingum 34, and it will roll to about the 31-yard line. 13-20 left to play here in the third quarter. Muskingum leading Capital 20-7.
For the Muskies on their own 31.
Capital trying to send their seniors out with a victory today. Capital coming into this game with a record of 2-7 overall, 1-7 with an OAC play. Muskingum, meanwhile, looking to finish the season overall at 500. They came into this game with a 4-5 record overall, 3-5 with an OAC play. Unger with the catch to the 30, and weaving his way, and finally tackled at the 32-yard line. Boy, Unger was trying to reverse fields, trying to go from far side to near side. Luckily for Capital, James Curtis making the tackle, the linebacker out of Zanesville, Ohio.
Charlie, if you were Capital's defense right now, what would you do to incorporate the ability to stop Edmondson?
I think that they're going to have to double him. I think they're going to have to try to bring a safety over the top. He has just torn Capital to shreds in the passing game. Speaking of Edmondson, he makes a catch, and he'll promptly go out of bounds around the 36-yard line. If you're Capital defensively, I can live with catches like that, limiting him to, 5-6. It's him getting downfield, those 10-plus yards types of plays. You really got to try to limit him in that department. So now it's 3rd and 5 for Muskingum from their own 36. Garrett will take the snap. Back to throw. Heaves it downfield. Edmondson making another catch inside the 40-yard line. Doing a nice job of tight-roping the sideline that time. And the beat just goes on between Garrett and Edmondson. Another first down for Muskingum.
Yep. Edmondson has been lethal to Cap's defense today, with him pulling in right around 16 yards average per catch.
That's getting it done.
Having 11 catches today, that hurts.
Yeah, well, and the scary part is he might not be done. 1st and 10, Muskingum now from Capital's 38-yard line. Garrett will throw, and the catch is made by Unger, as he'll be forced out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And boy, not bad for a broken play right there, as Garrett was under pressure, but he was able to find Unger coming out of the backfield and able to make something out of nothing. Only a 2-yard gain, but it could have been a lot worse.
That is true. You're lucky they got stopped by Mike Luafo right there.
That being Capital, so now it's 2nd down and 8. Muskingum at the Capital 36-yard line. Garrett Back to pass, throwing, and incomplete. Again, the pressure a little bit too much there for Garrett as he was targeting Unger on the play. Jack Blaisdell came rushing in to apply the pressure defensively for Capital.
He's been an amazing player this entire year.
Yes, he has. Jack Blaisdell, senior out of Hilltop, Ohio. He will definitely be missed once he graduates here from CU. 3rd and 8. Muskingum at the Capital 36. Garrett scrambling to his right, throwing, and is it caught? Yes, inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. This time, Jalen Goodman making the catch for Muskingum. Boy, you really got to be frustrated if you're Capital's defense. You're getting Muskingum in these 3rd and mid situations, and yet Garrett seems to have the answer to every question.
Yeah, Garrett is now having the ability to incorporate all of his wide receivers, when in the first half it was mainly Edmondson.
So now it's 1st and 10. Muskingum at the Capital 24. Wide open at the 18, and making the catch is Kit, as he will boot scoot his way inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. And another first down for Muskingum. Boy, this passing game for Muskingum has been clockwork on this drive.
Chad Davis, the tackler.
1st and 10.
First down and 10 for the
Muskingum
Muskies on the Capital 12.
at the Capital 12-yard line. 10-15 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Muskingum looking to lengthen their 20-7 lead over Cap. Garrett in the pistol in a 3-wide receiver set. Garrett back to throw. Looking, scrambling to his left, throwing, and it is incomplete. The intended target on the play looked like it was Goodman. That pass was short for everybody. And now it leads to 2nd down and 10. Ball still a spot at the Capital 12-yard line. The clock stopped with 9:57 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Muskingum 20, Capital 7.
Garrett has that unique ability to where he can drop a pass deep and thread the needle, or he can just dish one off to Unger for 5-6 yards or so.
And he can also buy some time with his legs as well.
That's true.
Garrett, meantime, in the pistol. He'll take the snap. Back to throw. To the end zone. And it is caught actually at about the 1-yard line by number 1, Javante Kitt, a sophomore at Deerfield Beach, Florida. It'll be 1st and goal now for Muskingum from the Capital 1-yard line. I would not be surprised in the least bit if Garrett just simply tries to take it up the middle himself and tries to score on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, or at least fake a play action and just run around.
In the meantime, 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Unger, the tailback, right behind the quarterback, Garrett. Garrett takes the snap, play fake, throws to the end zone, and was that caught? Yes! Touchdown, Muskingum. From 1 yard out, Garrett able to find his target, Connor Baker, freshman tight end out of Belpre, Ohio. And the lead continues to increase for the Muskies. Impressive play that time by Garrett.
That was a pretty good play, yeah. Their tight end was able to rip off and just wide open.
Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. Let's take a quick timeout. 9:22 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Muskingum 27, Capital 7. This is Capital Commons football on athletics.capital.edu.
27. Dan Pickett back deep for the Comets.
9:22 left to play in the 3rd quarter. The score, Muskingum 27, Capital 7. A 1-yard touchdown pass from Jordan Garrett to freshman tight end Connor Baker has allowed Muskingum to increase this lead a bit. as Pickett will take it in his own 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, and he will be taken down at about the 30-yard line. So a good return that time by Sam Pickett, senior wideout out of Cincinnati, Ohio. He, along with 10 other seniors, were honored before today's game here on Senior Day. And right now, things just not looking good for Capital as they trail by 20. Now, Sam, if you're Capital's offense right here, what do you try to do? What are you trying to do to try to regain that mojo?
Well, if you see that the screen passes, your long passes haven't been working, run game's been working pretty decent, I would throw in some options. See if an option could work, see if a little bubble pass, drop off could work. Just kind of switch it up.
Luke McCarroll still in at quarterback. Ben Everson was the one who got the majority of snaps in the first half. So now McCarroll, he will run with it, and he'll drag a couple tacklers with him as he's able to rumble ahead to about the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 on the play for Luke McCarroll, senior quarterback out of Cardington, Ohio. Former Cardington Lincoln Pirate.
Tyler Reed, the tackler.
Team out of the Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference in high school football. 2nd down and 3. And now a toss to Engel. And Engel forced out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. And that will be, actually, I take that back. They'll mark him down at the 39, so he'll be actually about a yard short of the first down. Still a decent run on the play by Engel.
It's true. And with Luke McCarroll being in, at least for this quarter, we'll see if his legs can keep up to speed with how Everson was this past half.
Well, let's see what McCarroll can do right here on this 3rd and 1 from Capital's 39-yard line. The give is to Engel, and oh boy, I think Engel's going to be about a yard short. That's going to go down as a no gain on the play. 4th down, and boy, for Capital right here, you're down by 20. You're in the middle of the 3rd quarter. I think you kind of have no choice but to go for it here.
Yeah, it's not a good position if you were to not successfully get it, but it's something that you have to take a risk. That's a high risk, high reward situation.
Luke McCarroll, meantime, still out there with the rest of the Capital offense on this 4th and 1 for the Capital 39. McCarroll will run forward, and he will have more than enough for a first down as he'll dive forward to about the 42. First down Capital. The drive keeps on going.
Keep on keeping on.
That's all that Capital can do right here as they're trying to battle their way back. They nearly came back against Wilmington, but ended up falling to the Quakers in that one by a score of 24-21. Do they have something equally magical up their sleeve here in this game? McCarroll loads up, throws deep, and a nice catch made by Cam Lee inside the 30-yard line. Great adjustment as Cam Lee pumps his fist. First down, Capital. And now Capital with a little up-tempo here. McCarroll back to throw, looking towards Cam Lee once again, and Lee makes a catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Capital. Great catch by Cam Lee. 27-13 now in favor of Muskingum, but you can start to feel the momentum build a little bit for Capital.
Charlie, remember when I said earlier in this game about that switch needing to be flipped?
Yeah.
I think that was the play right there. Their switch just got flipped.
So they go to Cam Lee not once but twice. He makes a big catch inside the 30, and he follows that up with a touchdown reception. Now Noble on for the extra point. Snap back, goal down, kick is on the way. It is up, and she is good. We take another quick timeout. 6:59 to play in the 3rd quarter. Muskingum 27, Capital 14. This is Capital Commons Football, athletics.capital.edu.
Kicking off for the
6:59 left to play in the third quarter. Muskingum still with the lead, 27-14, but Capital getting on the board thanks to a 28-yard touchdown reception by Cam Lee. That coming shortly after he made a 29-yard reception to bring Capital within the 30-yard line. And now a fumbled ball on the kickoff, but it'll go out of bounds, and it will remain with Muskingum. We were looking at the stats during the break. Cam Lee, up until that drive, only had one catch for 5 yards, but then he responds with a reception that goes for 29, and then another reception that goes for 28 and a score.
Oh, absolutely amazing. And I think the best part of it all wasn't even the catch. It was the emotions and the hype that came from the sideline. That lets you know that not only are the people on the field in this game, but so are your bench players.
1st and 10. Muskingum from their own 36. Garrett with a little flare to Unger. Catch made, 35 to the 40 and knocked out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So Unger with another reception out of the backfield. Muskingum trying to mount a response here after the Capital score. Muskies leading the Comets 27-14 with 6:40 left to play in the third quarter of this one. Garrett in the pistol.
See if Capital can stop those long passes and just let them have those like 5-6 yard dishes. I feel like that would be an easy adjustment for him.
Unger, meanwhile, will make the catch, and he'll take it across midfield into Capital territory to about the 48-yard line. Now Capital players are saying that the ball might have come loose, but they'll still say that Muskingum holds on to possession of the ball. Limit them to 5 to 6 yard gains, but don't let those 5 6 yard gains turn into 12 to 15 yard gains, as Unger did right there.
Yeah, he has been open with that bubble pass all day long.
He's now got 9 catches for 38 yards. Hasn't racked up a lot of yards, but the catches have been key for this Muskingum offense. 1st and 10 from the Cap 49-yard line. Garrett throwing, and it is incomplete. Trying to take a stab at that, trying to make the catch was Connor Baker, who had a touchdown reception from 1 yard out in the first half, but that time wasn't quite able to reel it in Odell Beckham Jr. style.
2nd down and 10.
He tried, and it would have looked kind of cool if he got it.
Yes, it would.
Man.
That would have been spectacular. 2nd and 10.
Missed it by inches.
Muskingum at Capital's 49-yard line. Now another catch made by Edmondson as he'll take it inside the Capital 40, and he'll be tackled at the 36-yard line. That'll result in another Capital first down. Edmondson, 11 catches, 172 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns. And to think that this young man still has 1 more year of eligibility left. I think Muskingum is going to be very happy to have him back in 2022 by the time that season rolls around. Meantime, Garrett on his 1st and 10 for the Capital 36, loads up, throws. Edmondson making another spectacular grab, diving forward, and he'll be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Toe tapping, diving forward, making the catch over the shoulder. Doesn't matter where the pass goes, Edmondson is just making these catches.
He is just beating the defensive players on that sideline run. He has the ability to kind of switch with him a little bit and then get past him just a hair so he can catch that ball.
So now it's 1st and goal for Muskingum from the Capital 5-yard line. Garrett will take the snap, looks to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Muskingum. The catch made by Jalen Goodman from 5 yards out. And just like that, Muskingum with a response after the Capital score. It's now 33-14 in favor of the Muskies with the extra point pending. And that's what good teams do when they get, sidetracked with a little adversity. They're able to come out and mount a response, and that's just what Muskingum did right there.
That's true. And it puts you back at Jalen Goodman having 2 touchdowns today and Edmondson also having 2.
Kick is on the way, and it is no good. Way off the mark for kicker Hunter Albers. So with 4:44 left to play here in the third quarter, the score, Muskingum 33, Capital 14. Let's go ahead and get you updated with some scores around the OAC while we have a quick break in the action. Things starting to tighten up a little bit between John Carroll and Baldwin Wallace. The Yellow Jackets leading the Blue Streaks in that one, 28-22, with 4:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. Just about to start actually they're in the second half, and Mount Union is leading Marietta in that one, 28-0. Ohio Northern, meanwhile, in control. They're leading Heidelberg 26-6 as they're in the middle of the third quarter of that game. And then coming up later on tonight at 6 p.m. to be specific, Otterbein playing under the lights against the Quakers of Wilmington. .444 left to play here in the third quarter. Muskingum 33, Capital 14. And the kick is away, taken at about the 3 to about the 20-yard line. And Aurelius Walters is upended, and that gets a big roar from the Muskingum sideline right there as their special teams come through big time. By the way, I want to pass along a couple of big scores from Division I football here. It is just about to go final. 13th ranked Baylor has defeated Oklahoma 24-14 as the Bears pick up a big win in Big 12 play. And just under 3.5 to play in the fourth quarter, 6th ranked Michigan sporting a 21-17 lead at Penn State as the Wolverines are trying to keep their hopes for a college football playoff appearance alive. Meantime, back to our game. Aurelius Walters will make the catch and will take it across the 25 all the way up to the 29-yard line thanks to some forward progress. Nice catch, nice run by Aurelius Walters. A pickup of about 8 on the play.
You had a way to get in and out of 3-4 defensive players' hands.
Yes.
And still break through.
Walters doing a nice job of slipping some tackles. As this will now lead to 2nd down and 2. The ball will be spotted at about the 29-yard line. We took under 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Muskingum 33, Capital 14. McCarroll will hand to Engel, and Engel will be stacked up at about the 31-yard line and taken down on the play. Nice tackle made on the play by Daniel Robinson, freshman defensive lineman out of Cocoa, Florida.
The tacklers.
And that run actually led to a first down for Capital. So now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Comets from their own 31-yard line. McCarroll still in at quarterback in this 3-wide receiver set. Drew Engel, the running back. Play action, McCarroll with the throw. It's complete to Zerby. Zerby will take it across the 45, and he will battle his way to about the 49-yard line. As a hard tackle is made by Brian Brown, and the fans in the stands are wanting either a late hit or maybe a targeting penalty. As Cortez Mcginnis was wanting to stick his nose in there defensively. No call. Flags will now fly everywhere as Zerby was the intended target on that throw by McCarroll. I would imagine that this is going to be an offsides penalty against Muskingum. A lot of movement along that defensive line.
Yeah. I'm curious if they're going to call it on the offense, though.
Said they go with the offsides call against Muskingum. There was a lot of movement on both lines.
Man, you can hear the emotions and the words from these fans right now.
Yeah, they were not too happy about that previous play where Zerby was in the process of being tackled. And it looked as though that Cortez Mcginnis was, just wanting to lower the boom or finish the tackle, finish the play. Can't fault the young man for that. McCarroll, meantime, with a play action. He'll throw, and it is dropped by Ben Zerby. He had it in his breadbasket, but just couldn't corral it. And I think that's a classic case of trying to catch a pass with your body rather than your hands that time.
Trying to do multiple things at once. Trying to make a move before you could actually hold on to the ball.
2nd down and 5 after the incomplete pass. Capital now at Muskingum's 46-yard line. 2:57 to play in the third quarter. Muskingum 33, Capital 14. McCarroll will take the snap. Play action, throw, complete to Cam Lee. Inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. Cam Lee with another big catch. Pass complete, first down for Capital. And now they are really going with the hurry up here.
Cam Lee this quarter has been great.
He's got 3 catches, including a score. McCarroll, meantime, will go to Cam Lee once again, and it is incomplete. Just floated it a little too far that time as the pass is batted away by Cortez Mcginnis. Leads a 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Just shy of another reception for him.
And possibly a touchdown reception as well, the way that he was floating to the end zone. So McCarroll will once again ready the Capital offense on this upcoming play. It's a 4 wide receiver set for the Comets. Angle in at running back. McCarroll will now put a man in motion. He'll take the snap. McCarroll back to throw, looking, and it is caught by Angle inside the 20-yard line. Down to the 19-yard line. Not exactly a very nice adjustment by Angle. A 1st down and a fresh set of downs for this Capital offense. Capital still playing, just trying to keep fighting here. They're trailing Muskingum 33-14. Carroll in the meantime with 2 receivers each side of the field. He'll take the snap. He'll fake the pass and now run it forward inside the 15, all the way down to the 11-yard line. He'll go down as a 8-yard gain. McCarroll might not be as fast as Ben Everson, but still very productive run right there.
That's true.
8-yard gain.
He is not as quick, but man, they both. I don't know what their quarterback coach is doing to these guys, but they can find that hole, they can go through it, and they are making some good plays right now.
It's that RPO, that run-pass option that has become quite the staple across college football. In order to have a successful offense these days, you got to have a quarterback that can not only throw it downfield, but is mobile enough to make plays with his legs. 2nd down and 2. The give is to Angle. He'll take it inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. Needed 2, got 3. 1st down for Capital.
1st down carry.
I think another good thing quarterback-wise is although he can be a little shifty and get through the line, he still has a very accurate arm. That has helped them this quarter.
1st and goal now for Capital from the Muskingum 7-yard line as we are coming up on a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. Garrett will take the snap. He'll roll to his right, looking to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Capital! Mike Smith making a catch in the back corner of the end zone. Pretty play right there from senior to senior, McCarroll to Smith.
As I was saying about that accurate arm, that is a teardrop pass.
And good for Mike Smith as well. Mike Smith, last time we saw him, he had a rough game in the loss to Otterbein a couple of weeks ago. Had a good game against Wilmington, and today here on Senior Day, able to make a touchdown reception. As the kick is up, and it is good.
Back on Mike, when they were doing their Senior Day thing today, and he was walking out, he said that his best memory was his first ever touchdown with Capital. So how big do you think it is for him getting another touchdown on his Senior Day?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, full circle. And you know what? It's interesting. So I used to call high school football games for Upper Arlington. I remember when Mike Smith played wide receiver for the Golden Bears. I also remember when Mike Smith played for a time at Ohio Dominican, the Division II team, up the street here in Columbus before he came here to Columbus. Originally grew up in Grove City, Ohio. And it's been fascinating to watch his career develop. A lot of people were expecting him to do big things at Ohio Dominican, but, lack of playing time, injuries, stuff like that tends to happen to some players. But he definitely found a home here at Capital, and, he'll be missed. We've seen him make some big plays here offensively at Capital, and we wish that young man nothing but the best going forward. As the kick is taken by one of the upmen up to the 39-yard line. 43.6 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Muskingum 33, Capital 21. Time is of the essence for Capital, but they're not dead yet, Sam. It's got to start here with a defensive stop, though. They got to give their offense more opportunities to score going forward.
As we've seen this quarter, their offense has turned a corner for this half. All we need is their defense to hold up tight.
Garrett, meantime, will go back to throw. Looking, throwing complete to Goodman. Into Capital territory, down to the 45, inside the 40. And now he'll be taken out of bounds around the 30-yard line after a nice cutback by Goodman. Boy, Goodman and Edmondson, they have been quite the dynamic duo in this Muskingum passing offense. First down, Muskies. Goodman rapidly approaching 100 yards receiving. Meantime, Edmondson, 13 catches, 216 yards, and a couple scores. Goodman also has a couple of touchdown receptions. This will probably be the last play of the first quarter. As the pass is complete to Edmondson, he'll take it inside the 20, all the way down to the 14-yard line. As Edmondson just continues to fight for extra yardage. 2.3 seconds show on the clock. Once they wind the clock, once they get the chain set. And now roughing the passers called against Capital's defense. So add that penalty yardage up on the play as Muskingum continues to motor on down the field.
Yeah, that was a late flag call.
I didn't see much in the backfield, you're right, as they wind the clock. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Off to the fourth quarter we go. Muskingum leading Capital 33-21. This is Capital Comets football. Athletics.capital.edu. Let us begin the fourth quarter here at Bernlohr Stadium. The score, Muskingum 33, Capital 21. Alongside Sam Williams, I'm Charlie Danis. This is Capital Comets football on athletics.capital.edu. The throw to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Muskingum. Trevante Kitt with the touchdown reception, and the beat goes on for this Muskingum passing offense.
And it's just a back and forth offensive battle right now. There needs to be something to happen on defense so we can see a little breakthrough in the Capital end.
Meantime, this Muskingum offense has just been performing at such a high level today. As the snap is back, the kick is away, and that was a low line drive kick that was blocked at the line of scrimmage. So the PAT is blocked, no good. 39-21 now in favor of Muskingum, as Des Turkson gets credit for blocking that kick. Taking a look at these offensive numbers for Muskingum, I mean, they're eye-popping. Garrett now 36 of 51 through the air. He's completed almost 71% of his passes. 414 passing yards, 6 passing touchdowns today. Zuri Edmondson, 14 catches for 231 yards and a couple scores. Jalen Goodman, 5 catches for 82 yards and a couple of scores. And then moments ago, Trevante Kitt with a touchdown reception. Also Connor Baker, the freshman tight end, that scored on that 1-yard touchdown reception before the end of the first half. Muskingum has just been getting it done in all sorts of different ways with that passing game.
Yeah. I think a big problem was in the beginning, Capital's defense was getting just kind of destroyed a little bit by their run game. Once they figured out that run game, their pass game took over. And ever since, we've been playing catch up.
Meantime, Jordan Garrett, 5'11 senior out of Indianapolis, Indiana. If Muskingum does go on to win this game, what a way to cap off your collegiate career. as the kick is away. Taken at about the 26-yard line. Mike Smith with the return for Capital. He'll take it across the 30 before finally being taken down at about the 32-yard line.
Turn past the 30 by number 3, Mike Smith.
So once again, Capital's offense will come back onto the field, and the offense has looked better with Luke McCarroll at quarterback. McCarroll today with a couple of passing touchdowns in this game after taking over for Ben Everson. And now they'll begin this drive 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Ben Everson, he'll be back next year. He's only a sophomore. McCarroll, meantime, this will be the last time that he'll be playing in a Capital uniform. He is a senior. Trickeration. Pickett with the pass, and McCarroll is not able to make the catch right there.
Pickett's pass intended for number 10.
Just a little too far for McCarroll to come and get. I like the idea. I like the play design. It just wasn't executed.
That pass was caught. You saw a whole at least 15 yards of open space.
And that really would have gotten the crowd going here at Bernlohr Stadium. But after the incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 10. Capital at their own 32-yard line. McCarroll back to throw. Throws and completes it to Cam Lee. It has been McCarroll and Lee that have been hooking up with one another here in the second half in the Capital passing game. And that'll be about a gain of, they'll call it 9, so this will set up 3rd and 1 from the 41-yard line.
I don't know what's happening right now, but our wide receivers are starting to wake up, and we can surely see that.
Yeah, especially Cam Lee, who only had a catch for 5 yards in the first half.
Now he's sitting at 79 yards for this one.
3rd and 1, as Engel will take the carry. And did Engel get enough for the first down? I think he did, but just barely. They'll mark him down at the 42-yard line. And Capital will take that spot surely, as that will move the chains. First down, Capital.
1st and 10 for the Comets on their own 42.
14 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter. Muskingum 39, Capital 21. McCarroll in the shotgun in a 3-wide receiver set. McCarroll with a play action. Back to throw. Lofts it up, and that's incomplete. Trying to hook up with Cam Lee that time, but there was miscommunication. McCarroll thought that Lee was possibly going deeper on his route, but Lee cut it short around the first down marker at about the Muskingum 48-yard line.
Yeah, we can't have miscommunications right now with how much of a time crunch we are in.
Got to use that time as best they can. 2nd down and 10. Capital at their own 42. 4 wide receiver set. McCarroll back to throw once again. Pump fake. Now he takes off running. 45 all the way out to midfield. And a nice run that time by McCarroll. That'll be a gain of 8 on the play for the senior from Carrington, Ohio. Sets up a 3rd and 2.
Good pump fake. He got at least 3 players jumping.
Yep. And that probably allowed him to spring himself for that run play.
At midfield.
And now it's 3rd and 2 at midfield. Campbell's got to get it to Muskingum's 48-yard line in order to convert. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near side. McCarroll takes the snap, fakes the toss. Now he'll run it forward. And the ball pops out loose, and it is recovered by Capital. Making the recovery was Creed Tackett, sophomore offensive lineman out of Columbus. The problem was because of the fumble going backwards, it now leads to 4th down and also a loss of 2.
4th down and 4.
So now Capital will have no choice but to go for it here. McCarroll will set up in the shotgun. 4 wide. Angle at tailback. McCarroll will throw. Pass complete to Noah Meeker. Up to the 47-yard line. And it's been a quiet day for Noah Meeker, the senior out of Powell, Ohio.
We haven't heard his name much today.
No, we have not. And normally he's good for making a really, really big play in the passing game. So now it's 1st and 10 for Capital from the Muskingum 47-yard line. As we tick under 12 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, Muskingum up 39-21. McCarroll taking a shot deep to Meeker, and that is incomplete. And on the coverage for Muskingum, Quintel Bryant Jr., but just a little too much on that throw. You know, we were just talking about Meeker trying to get him more involved in the passing game, and that's what McCarroll was trying to do that time, but just a little bit off the mark.
Yeah, no, he had a good position. I'm curious if he got too much pressure on him that he felt like he had to let it go early.
So now it's 2nd and 10. Capital still at Muskingum's 47-yard line. 4 receiver set. McCarroll back to throw, and the pass is incomplete. It goes off the fingertips of Noah Meeker. And credit Quintel Bryant Jr. making a good defensive play right there as he was finally able to knock it away from Meeker. And now Meeker looks like he might be in a little bit of pain right there as he will now go to the sideline. He was fiddling around with his helmet, so wondering if he got something caught in his eye, maybe.
They did go helmet to helmet on that collision, but I don't know if maybe turf got in his eye or
the pellets
something.
from the field, yep.
Or the rubber.
3rd and 10. McCarroll back to throw. A flag thrown. McCarroll running around inside the 45, down to about the 41-yard line, but this play is going to be coming back as a holding penalty is going to be called against Capital.
That's the second time, ref. Watch the face mask.
25, Jamar Hicks, the tackler.
Jamar Hicks in on the tackle for Muskingum. A face mask penalty called against Capital's offense. So this will back things up for Capital here.
I think it was on the stiff arm.
I think so.
I didn't think he grabbed it.
Well,
I might have missed it.
So I've actually seen that call quite a few times this year in college football. It used to be not that all enforced, but you know, with player safety being a bigger concern, it seems like every year in college football, that's just another rule that referees are being asked to enforce.
Yeah.
Can't blame them on that. So now it's 3rd and 25. The ball is backed up all the way to Capital's 38-yard line. McCarroll back to throw. Immediately hounded. He'll throw, and it will be complete to Mike Smith at midfield, taking it all the way down to the 44-yard line. So now a much more manageable play here upcoming for Capital on 4th down as we tick under 11 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
It's good seeing Mike Smith back out there. He was off the field for a little bit, but after his touchdown reception, everything, nice to see him back on the field.
And now it looks like a timeout is going to be taken by Capital. We'll pause. 10:33 left to play in the fourth quarter. Muskingum 39, Capital 21. This is Capital Commons Football on athletics.capital.edu. .33 left to play in the fourth quarter. And Capital has elected to go for it here on this 4th and 7 from the Muskingum 44. Trailing Muskingum 39-21 is the Comets. Back to pass. McCarroll throws, and it is complete to Mike Smith at the 35, and that will be enough for a Capital first down. Nice catch by Smith.
They are, I believe, 100% on 4th down conversions today.
If not 100%,
Yeah,
pretty close to it. Well,
Did they have that one?
Remember the fourth down where they fumbled near the goal
That's right.
line.
That's right.
But that's been the only time. McCarroll throwing and incomplete as Mike Smith was the intended target on the play. Guarded on the play defensively by Muskingum's Quintel Bryant Jr. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 for Capital. From the Muskingum 35-yard line. 10:09 left to play in the fourth quarter. Muskingum leading Capital 39, Capital 21. The regular season finale for both of these teams in 2021 and senior day here at Capital. McCarroll, one of those seniors, rolling to his right, throwing, and it is almost picked off. Devin Roebuck should have had an interception on that play, but it's dropped. And now it'll lead to 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was too close for comfort.
Off the hands of 24, Devin Roebuck. 3rd down and 10.
Roebuck had that play read beautifully. But luckily for McCarroll and Capital, it falls to the turf. 3rd and 10. Capital still at Muskingum's 35-yard line. They got to get to the 25-yard line in order to convert.
They had a good play on that, though. Throw was just a little bit too short.
McCarroll in a 4-wide receiver set, goes back to pass, throws over the middle, caught by Sam Pickett. Inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 11 on the play for Sam Pickett, and it keeps the drive going for Capital. 1st down, Comets. First and 10. Capital from the Muskingum 24. McCarroll back to throw. Looking towards the end zone, and it is incomplete. Aurelius Walters, the intended target on the play, and almost picked off by Devin Roebuck once again. And now a flag has been thrown on the far side near the Muskingum 22-yard line.
Illegal formation on the offense, number 73.
Eagle formation will be called against Garrett Anderson, junior out of Sonora, California. Anderson, the right tackle along that offensive line for Capital. So now it'll be 1st and 15. Capital with the ball at the Muskingum 29-yard line as we're coming up on 9.5 to play in this fourth quarter.
I don't know what's going on with the Capital offense for this quarter. So the first 3 quarters, Capital's offense has only had 1 penalty, and we've had 3 this quarter. There are 3 or 4 this quarter.
A little undisciplined for Capital here in the fourth quarter. So now it's 2nd down and 10. So Capital was able to get the penalty yardage back. Leads to 2nd down and 10. The ball will be spotted at the Muskingum 24-yard line. McCarroll will go back to throw. Looking towards the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown, Capital. Mike Smith with another touchdown grab. And Capital remains alive. 39-27 in favor of Muskingum. And now Capital with a chance to possibly cut this to 10 if they go for the 2-point conversion, which they, I think, will elect to do right here.
I think Mike Smith's got a new favorite memory.
Yeah.
Other than a first touchdown, having a 2-touchdown senior day.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And in the meantime, this game is not over just yet, as Capital just keeps on fighting here. McCarroll, in the meantime, will take the snap. He'll roll to his right, and it is dropped.
2-point conversion.
Could have been. It was going to be intercepted, it looked like, but it was dropped by the defender. Pickett was the intended target. So it will be a 12-point lead here from Muskingum with 8:56 left to play in the fourth quarter. Well, bottom line is this. Capital's got to get a defensive stop if they want to have any chance of trying to come back into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, while we're thinking about it, if you're Capital right here, do you go for an onside kick?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's something that you could try, but the other problem is if your defense has not been playing well so far this half, you could risk giving them a very good field position.
That's true. We haven't seen Eric Noble attempt an onside kick all too often. So let's see what the junior from London, Ohio attempts to go here.
Noble to kick off.
And they will go with a short kick to about the 25-yard line, to the 30, to about the 35. Decent return on the play for Jalen Goodman. And so Muskingum will get the ball here with 8:50 to play in the fourth quarter. So I guess Capital going with a little bit of something in the middle. Not exactly an onside kick, not exactly a deep kick. So now it falls on Capital's defense. If they want any shot of trying to come back into this game, the defense has got to stand tall here and make a big play.
We need a first quarter Cap defense right now.
The way they were playing in the first quarter was pretty good. Since that time, it's been a tough day for that Capital D.
All because of the name Zuri Edmondson.
Yes, among others, but Edmondson being prime among them. Garrett, back to pass. Now he's running to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, and out to midfield, but multiple flags thrown on the field of play, and I have a feeling this one might be coming back. There's one flag that was thrown back at the 34-yard line to Muskingum, as our head referee, Steve Grove, and his crew deliberate. A holding penalty against Jalen Goodman, one of the wide receivers for Muskingum. So that will back things up for Muskingum by 10 yards. He will let's see here. The ball will officially be spotted at the Muskingum 30. First and 15 for the Muskies.
First and 15 on the Muskingum 30.
Three receiver set. Garrett taking the snap, throwing over the middle, and it is caught by Edmondson, who almost dropped it to the 40, to the 45, and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line.
Zuri Edmondson.
That might be the first bobble that I've seen from Edmondson today, but luckily for him, he was able to secure the catch, and that's another big first down for Muskingum.
Yeah. Seeing him still being at like 5'8" and just running up and down, making these high catches, jumping up, getting this ball, reaching out for the ball. Unbelievable.
An amazing technician,
Yeah.
as they like to say. He knows his craft quite well. First and 10 from the 47-yard line. Garrett scrambling around. He's taken down at the 45-yard line. Nick Fasonic,
On the quarterback, number 2, Jordan Garrett.
junior out of Upper Arlington, Ohio, making the play for the purple and white. As that clock continues to run, 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Muskingum leading Capital 39-27.
We need another one of those stops here.
Second and 11. Muskingum at their own 46. Man put in motion in a 4-wide receiver set. Garrett will go back to throw and is caught at midfield. 45, 40, all the way down to the Capital 33-yard line. Travis Roberson, the sophomore of Largo, Florida, making the catch. And this drive will continue. First down, Muskingum.
Tackle by 20, Mike Luopo.
6:51 and counting in the fourth quarter. Muskingum 39. Capital 27.
Capital 33.
I think if you're Muskingum right here, you might start going through the big back, Gannon Unger, just to keep on chewing up some more clock.
Yeah, because if they go down and score early here.
A throw, caught, no, dropped inside the 10 as Jalen Goodman nearly made a spectacular grab that time. I am kind of surprised that Muskingum isn't going to the run game more than the pass game.
You'd think with them being up, they would run the clock out a little bit, but I don't know. They're still sticking with the pass game.
Well, today they have certainly buttered their bread with this passing game.
It's true.
And looks like a penalty was called against Capital, as they will move the ball all the way up to the 18-yard line.
Now would you go to the run game?
Yes. If I'm Muskingum, yes. Gannon Unger's done a nice job toting the rock today, and with you sporting a 12-point lead, I don't think it would hurt to run a minute or two off the clock while you're still continuing this drive. Then again, Garrett will go back to pass, and Unger trying to make a nice one-handed catch. The problem is he wasn't able to make the catch. And now Capital fans, they are really upset that a penalty wasn't called against Muskingum, as Matt Luofo got more than pancaked on the turf right there. A little over-aggressive was one of the offensive linemen for Muskingum, but no penalty. And the fans here at Bernlohr Stadium are letting this refereeing crew have it. I don't blame them. 2nd and 10. Muskingum at the Capital 18-yard line. Garrett back to throw, looking, throwing to the end zone. Touchdown, or excuse me, incomplete. Jalen Goodman, the intended target, but he dropped it. And Baylor Aparius was there defensively to ultimately break up the pass.
Yeah, I'm surprised Capital's not getting a whole lot of penalty calls in their favor recently. They had that not passer interference. They had the roughing the passer.
Yeah.
I would thought they'd have got something there, but no.
No. 3rd and 10 now. Muskingum at the Capital 18-yard line. Brewer back to throw, and it will be caught by, guess who? Edmondson makes the catch at the 10-yard line. It's just been that type of day for Edmondson, securing his 16th catch of the game. How about that? But that is short by a yard. It's 4th down here for Muskingum. And rather than kick the field goal here, I think they're going to go for it. I don't know about this decision right here. I would just take the points right here and just be happy.
It's kind of surprising.
Meantime, timeout's going to be taken by head coach Eric Yider of Muskingum. So the Muskies will get to talk things over. I mean, you look at the situation right now. Muskingum is up by 12. You kick the field goal. You go up by 15, which is more than 2 touchdowns. To me, it's a no-brainer right here. You kick the field goal.
Mm-hmm. I would kick the field goal also, but like if you, hypothetically, you run, you don't get it, you give Capital the football, that leaves them with 5.5 to try and get down to the end zone. You could either put him in a bad position field-wise here, or you can kick it off and give him a better field position.
True. It'll be interesting to see what Muskingum does right here. For the time being, wow, the offense will be coming back onto the field. So a 4th and 1 here, and Muskingum, for all intents and purposes, with a chance to put a dagger into this one. 4th and 1 for Muskingum from the Capital 9-yard line. Garrett takes the snap. He'll go back to pass. He'll throw, and it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Muskingum. Another touchdown grab for Zuri Edmondson, his 3rd touchdown catch of the game. What a performance by the junior from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Unbelievable. That's what, catch number 17 for him?
I think
Is that
so.
right?
Yeah. What an amazing day it has been for the Z-Man, Zuri Edmondson.
How close is he to that 300-yard marker?
No, he's getting close. Let's see here. A little over 250 yards. We're waiting for the stats to get updated here. But I do know that's his 3rd receiving touchdown of the game. Edmondson, coming into this game on the season, had 37 catches, 558 receiving yards. And think about this for just a second. He had 4 receiving touchdowns the entire season coming into this game, and now he's got 3.
That's crazy.
I mean, what a time to almost equal your season total when it comes to touchdown receptions in the season finale when, you want your team to end the season on a good note.
Yeah. How many receptions has he had this year?
37. So
That's
he's
about
at
18, 19.
Yeah, so that's he's almost had as many as half receptions.
Yeah.
This is a career game. I mean, Zuri Evanson, when he has children and grandchildren, he'll be able to tell stories like, oh yeah, back in the day, I had myself a ball game at Bernlohr Stadium. They could not stop me to save their lives. 5:29 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Muskingum 46, Capital 27, as Cam Lee will fair catch it at the 27-yard line. Well, things not looking too good for Capital right now. But what I do know is this. Head coach Brian Foos has come in here, and he is hell-bent on establishing a winning culture here at Capital. He wasn't able to get that opportunity last year because of COVID. COVID wrecked everything, really, for everybody in sports in general. This year was his first full season. They started off the year with the season-opening win against Defiance, and they've only been able to win 1 game with an OAC play, and, things not looking too good here on Senior Day. As McCarroll will take the snap. He'll throw deep downfield. Might have a man, and it is incomplete. Walters was the intended target, but the pass was almost picked off by Quintel Bryant Jr. But to quickly finish up my point about Coach Foos, it's going to take some time. He's got to recruit. He's got to get the word out that Capital is a place to be if you are a football player. And if you want to be able to join a special tradition, that's where it's going to have to start on the recruiting trail.
Yeah. Even with the outlook not looking too positive right now, our seniors have had a day for themselves.
Yes, they have. McCarroll making the throw and completing the throw to Aurelius Walters, marked out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
Third down.
So now it leads to a 3rd and short situation for Capital. 5:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. Muskingum up 46-27 against Capital. Luke McCarroll taking the snap. Back to pass. Lofts it up. It is incomplete. Almost picked off by Cortez Mcginnis, as the intended target was Noah Meeker. 4th down here, and Capital, it looks like, will elect to go for it.
I know there's not a whole lot of time left, but Capital really needs this conversion.
Sam Pickett will check in for Capital as the Comets will try to keep this drive going. The wind starting to pick up here in Bexley as temperatures will continue to dip here in Central Ohio. The pass, incomplete. Sam Pickett was the intended target on the play, but it's off the mark from McCarroll. And now Capital will have to turn it over on downs here, giving the ball back to Muskingum with 4:49 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Now, okay, if I'm Muskingum right here, you got Gannon Unger. Run out the clock.
You think they'll actually run out the clock, though? They had the ability on that
touchdown
drive.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what they do here, but you're up 46-27.
I think they're setting up for a run here.
Yeah, pistol formation. They give to Unger, and Unger will rumble his way up the middle for a gain of 2 on the play. I was going to say the passing game has worked. It's been a career day for Garrett. It's been a career day for Edmondson and all those wide receivers. I think Muskingum would, from a sportsmanship standpoint, just to run the clock out here. I think that would be good on their end. But, then again, if the opportunity arises, they might go with a pass play or two just to keep the drive going.
Yeah. Make sure it doesn't get a turnover into bounds or have to kick.
2nd down and 9. Garrett will hand once again. And actually running into his own man that time was Unger. He ran right into the back of his fullback, Owen Hively, who's a sophomore out of Cambridge, Ohio. And now timeout has been called. Looks like by Capital. 4:03 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Muskingum 46, Capital 27. Well, Capital's not giving up just yet. They're still wanting to play football, and Coach Foos is still wanting to give his seniors more time to play out there. This will be their final time out there on Promort Field here at Bernlohr Stadium.
Coach Foos is trying to give their seniors, or give his seniors, just 5 more minutes.
I talked with Coach Foos earlier this week, and, you know, he told me pretty candidly when he first took the job here at Capital, the seniors didn't have to buy in. You know, having a coaching change can be tough, specifically on the players, but he gave his seniors a lot of credit. They bought into what Coach Foos is trying to create here at Capital, and they just continue to put the work in. As the pass will be complete to about the 23-yard line. That pass completed to Gage Wilder, sophomore tight end out of Moorhead, Kentucky. He'll keep the drive going. It'll be first down and 10 for Muskingum at the Capital 22-yard line, 3:45 and counting. And now Muskingum definitely taking their time getting the play in here as they're just wanting to whittle down this clock as much as they can.
I mean, it's smart. They had the ability to do it earlier, and just still curious as to why.
First and 10. Muskingum at the Capital 22-yard line. The handoff to Unger. Unger across the 20, down to about the 16-yard line.
Tackled by 34, Nick.
Gain of 6 on the play. It'll be interesting to see what this Muskingum team will look like next year. Jordan Garrett, a senior, so he will graduate. But whoever plays quarterback for Muskingum next year, he's got a boatload of targets. Zuri Edmondson and Jalen Goodman are both juniors. So they'll have one more year of eligibility left. Second and 4. Muskingum at the Capital 16-yard line. The give to Unger. He'll cut it back, 15 inside the 10, and he'll finally be knocked down at the 8-yard line. Gain of 8 on that play for Unger. And another first down for Muskingum as the clock will continue to run here. 2:28 and counting as Muskingum now has a first and goal at the 7-yard line.
Back on what you were saying, you get Gannon Unger, who's also a sophomore.
Yes.
So that's another opportunity.
You can use him either as a tight end or a running back.
Clearly you showed both today.
Yes. Yeah. Came away very impressed by Unger. But, man, the star of the game had to be Zuri Edmondson with the way that he just caught the ball today. Just put on a clinic. As Unger with the run, he'll be stacked up around the 10-yard line. Nick Vasonic and a bunch of other Capital Comet defenders making the play.
Also have Travis Roberson, who is also a sophomore.
Definitely some good young pieces from Muskingum to build around for next year in 2022. As we're now down to a minute and a half remaining here in this game. Well, the way things are looking right now, Muskingum will improve to 5-5 overall, 4-5 with an OAC play. Meanwhile, Capital will drop to 2-8 and 1-8 with an OAC play as Unger just trying to run to his left. He'll take it down to about the 7-yard line. Gain of 2 on that play. And we will officially tick under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter with Muskingum leading Capital 46-27. Third and 7 upcoming for Muskingum. I think the only question now is, will Muskingum elect to take a knee here? Or will they simply just give another run to Unger? Unger with the carry inside the 5. He'll eventually be taken down at the 3-yard line. Making the tackle, Kobe Swackhammer amongst a host of other Comets. And that should be the final play of this game, and it will be. Well, a disappointing result for Capital here on Senior Day as the Comets fall to Muskingum by a final score of 46-27. We'll be back to wrap things up from Bernlohr Stadium in just a moment. Once again, the final score, Muskingum 46, Capital 27. This has been a presentation of Capital Comets football on athletics.capital.edu.
Football through the offseason. Afternoon. Please drive home
Back here at
safely.
Bernlohr Stadium,
And have a great
Muskingum
rest of your day.
beating Capital today by a final of 46-27. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, there will be no post-game wrap-up today, as immediately following this game, we got ourselves a Capital women's basketball game to be played later on today. Good luck to the Comets in that game. But really quickly, Sam, final thoughts from this game.
Wasn't a very good outlook or ending outlook for Capital, but I do believe that this game, showing that these seniors were invested in this new head coach, kind of gives it up for the younger guys to take a part of their footsteps in the future and kind of continue this tradition that their new coach is trying to build.
Well, let's hope bigger and brighter things are ahead for Capital come 2022. With the win, Muskingum improves to 5-5 overall, 4-5 with an OAC play. With the loss, Capital drops to 2-8 overall and 1-8 within OAC play. For my broadcast partner, Sam Williams, this is Charlie Daniels saying one final time. The final score tonight from Bernlohr Stadium, Muskingum 46, Capital 27. Thank you so much for joining us all season long for Capital football. We will see you in 2022.